Welcome back to the Section 10 podcast, episode 483, presented by Underdog Fantasy. Whoa.
Get them out, Jake. Get them both out. If you think just because I'm having a fucking kid, you can come on this show and slander the good names of Jason and Deuce Tatum, Steve. Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. Get them out of here. Not on my watch, Jake. I almost considered you were the Celtics fan. You're on that goddamn team. You almost got tossed for not sticking up for the boys, but I didn't listen. You might have. You might have stood up for the boys.
Wait, how long is this music?
Fucking get them out of here.
Cook, Coley, cook. This is awesome. I'm free.
I get the cowardice, the abject cowardice to do it behind my back. Can't have it, won't have it.
Down. I'll if you want the takes up front, Jason Tatum's a cornball, dude. He's a...
No, go ahead, dude. Go ahead.
Now he's gonna make it
do
worse.
The wrestling intro. Do the wrestling intro you stole. Do it.
We did it! Oh, we did it! He's so corny. Like,
do the wrestling intro you stole.
Coley, yes or no? Was Jason Tatum trying to verbatim copy KG's anything as possible?
No.
That's exactly what he was trying to do.
No, he wasn't.
KG said no.
KG did like a 5-minute monologue on how it wasn't what he did and how it was just emotion.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I thought I was going to avoid his
was
suspension. The Deuce thing is fair. I whispered
so
it, but it was
forced.
those comments
So
did suck.
forced. So
but even
fake,
if he
so phony.
did, it's all reference point. Like, he's 26 years old. Like, these are the things
You
that
just
shaped
won
who
a
he was.
championship, and you're doing like scheduled reactions.
It's all reference points.
Oh
That
my
was
God.
natural reaction.
All everyone in the NBA said leading up to it was he's going to copy everything Kobe Bryant's ever done. He didn't do any Kobe celebrations. Everyone was like, "Oh, you stole it from this fucking guy. Stole it from this guy."
That was.
And then I got to hear from the head of the tribe or whatever the fuck wrestling thing it is that he's stealing bits. Look in the mirror. Look in the goddamn mirror.
The head of the fucking tribe.
No, I get it, Cole. You're poisoned. You're one of the Celtics cult people, but
Jared,
from a
Coley keeps
neutral
it real with the
outsider's
C's.
perspective, yeah,
refresh my memory.
He thought about
Jared.
that line all day, probably all week.
No, not a
Probably
chance.
all week.
No
he
chance.
like
What,
practiced it and was like, "What am I gonna say when they ask me how this feels? How about we did it? We did it! Woo!"
It probably would have been better than that if he actually took the time to think about it. Like, it's a pretty simple line.
That's
overall.
actually a good point, Todd. I think he would have had something different if he planned it.
It was so phony.
It's
When the Red Sox won the World Series in 2018, if you and me weren't on those duck boats, do you think they would have canceled parades nationally? Like the concept of parades?
What do you mean?
Because that team didn't have a fucking pulse. They didn't celebrate at all.
Yeah, you could make the case that the people who contributed the least partied the hardest.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. The rest of the team, I don't know. They just were like, I guess we're quitting. The Red Sox were going our separate ways.
JD didn't even drink, really. He kept catching beers and giving them to me.
Right. And Devers kind of like squirreled
Devers
more in the
was
corner.
drunk. Devers was
well,
drunk.
he was 14 years old. So like
Right.
one sip and I almost killed him. But that
Yeah.
whole team didn't do anything.
Right.
Like the whole run.
Personality-wise, you saying?
Right. Yeah. I'm saying they didn't.
No. You're going to walk this back immediately when I remind you that this happened. I
They
forget.
stole the song.
No. Was it after they beat the Astros or when they won the World Series? I think Christian Vasquez was on Instagram Live and they were doing naked cannonballs into the fucking
That was funny.
the pools of ice that they had all the beers in. Like Rick Porcello was dick out doing cannonballs into ice buckets, basically. Like that's not a casual celebration.
So he copied Greg Maddux with a cornball.
No. See, yeah,
We're all
this is
products
sad,
of our
Coley.
reference points. That's
I
all
agree.
it
It's
is.
sad. I agree. It's
This
very
is
sad that you tried
this
to
is sad
do
that you're
this.
trying to disparage the 2018 Red Sox to defend cornball Tatum.
Hand up. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that at all.
Okay.
Last I checked. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
That's all I'm saying.
You're gonna have to bleep that, Jake.
Why? Who did that? Who did that?
I'm terrified of Coley, dude.
Who did that? Did someone do that?
This
I don't-
3-time dad is killing everybody
I
right
don't
now.
know.
This is the dad
Jesus
string.
Christ.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Did someone do that?
I mean, yeah, that's I'm not walking back the take because a lot of people agreed with me. They were
I'm
like,
not walking back anything. Oh, a lot of people are fucking stupid.
Yeah,
That's not
well,
news.
he's just very corny, and that's okay. That doesn't mean he's not a good guy. It doesn't mean he's not a good player.
When Tom Brady every week, they'd win like in week like 7, and he would do a video from like Bad Boys 2. No one called that corny. Not a single person.
Because that was cool.
How is it any different?
Tatum's not corny. I don't think anything about that, what he said, was corny at all. I thought that
He's a
was
dad.
natural.
We did it.
So stupid.
I mean, you guys are Celtics fans. I get it. I don't care about the Celtics, so I see it objectively, and you guys.
There's not. It's
Obviously
not like
think that that's
I
cool.
would have just been okay with anything he would. If he was like anything's
Right.
possible, I would have been like, "What the hell is he
Yeah, that
doing?
would've
Like
been-
that's
that
crazy."
would've been
It was like,
preposterous.
but it was in the same cadence as anything's
Yelling?
possible.
Yeah, it hit him that they won the title. He's like, "We did it." That's
Yeah,
confetti's
I know, but
coming down. He just saw his
this
kid.
is-
Come
this
on.
is
Hey,
stupid.
What I will
This
say,
is-
he had this entire Jordan campaign. That would have been the right thing to yell. What KG did was the Adidas campaign. I would argue that's
Yeah.
much worse. He got paid to say that. Tatum got no dollars to say
Probably
that.
the coolest part of all of this ad-wise was when they updated the Gatorade commercial and had the banner filled out with 2024. That was sick.
But KG's moment was real. Like KG was
was
like
real in
screaming,
different
and then
ways.
he
Real in
started
different ways.
crying after and couldn't control his emotions.
Tatum was emotional
like-
when he came out. He couldn't believe they were about to win.
The
I'm not
hug with
saying that
Missoula was electric. Seeing
Yeah,
them
no,
kind of
awesome.
you're
jump
talking
on
about
each other like
two
that.
different things. I'm talking about the anything is possible moment.
But anything is possible was literally a paid slogan by Adidas.
Yeah.
Like, KG did not come up with that. And I have no problem with that.
There's still a real moment though.
It clearly was not.
Tatum's was so fake and phony. Anyways, I don't care about this. I don't care about this.
I know
enough to-
you don't.
I don't care about the Celtics at all. If they've never played another game, I wouldn't care. I genuinely don't care about basketball at all.
no,
It's
I
just
mean,
a
they've-
very corny moment.
yeah, I mean, they've just got way more popular players, but continue.
That's yeah. I mean, that's obviously true. The NBA as a sport is more popular. I don't know where we go from here.
Let's go Sox.
Well, you got to do the wrestling intro you stole.
I didn't steal it.
That's so corny that someone else had that and then you took it.
Super corny. It's not even, it was like planned too. You planned on doing it.
I'm embarrassed for you.
I hear Tyler's like tiptoeing in.
No,
He's
no.
like-
I thought about it.
He's
I
like,
sat here and I
that's-
thought about it.
that's
About what
probably
happened
my
before
time.
the podcast. I thought about it for a minute, and then I remembered what he said. I was like, you know what? Fuck him.
Wow.
Oh, it's true.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, Jared, that sucks.
All right, fuck you. Fuck all of you. Fuck all of you. How you gonna turn it on me? You're not suspending me for this. That is ridiculous.
I did feel bad that Tyler had to miss the last episode. He showed up, but his internet didn't.
Yeah. He was on vacation, but it's fine. Like, be on vacation. He was,
No, he's dedicated.
yeah, but I'm saying, like, he was like, man, like, I'm pissed that I couldn't be there. It's like, you're on vacation. Go be on vacation.
I mean, you already
Yeah.
did the NASCAR event on vacation, too. You did a lot of
Right.
vacation stuff, Tyler, to the point
Yeah, you
where
did
I'm
it.
like, you got to have some family time, brother. You got to make sure
Right.
you're not missing
Go on
that stuff.
vacation.
I
We
can't
almost
rest.
had a-
Not during baseball season. I can't rest. It doesn't work. Sadly,
We almost had an interview with Martha, too.
she
We
was.
did miss out on that.
Yeah, she was ready to go. I told her to be prepared. I was like, if you're in the room, they're gonna go to you. They do not want to hear what I have to say. Like
No.
you are the interview they're looking for, and she was ready to give some of her thoughts, and it just didn't work out.
Next time.
Cool.
Coley?
Shout out, because I searched StreamYard music on YouTube. Very unhelpful. A whole playlist of not that song came out. So I searched Section 10 suspension music, brought me right to it. Like that song just has 1,000 comments. Like people are just listening to that. I don't know if they're suspending their pals. I don't know what they're using it for, but that's very funny to me.
That song is available to millions of people that use StreamYard, but it's now the Section 10 suspension. Like, that's the only thing, its only purpose is now that.
Dallas got suspended on Baseball is Dead and didn't
I
even
saw it.
realize it. I had no idea. had no clue what was happening. He's like, "What's this?
I mean, this brings up a valid question, though.
What's up? What are you playing? And what's this song for?"
Did you hear my impression of you, Jared, when you died last episode? I thought it was pretty accurate.
How'd it go?
Well, it was the 76 degrees.
Oh, what did you say?
Oh, would you look at that? Oh, baby, 76 degrees. Oh, it's the best temperature at Fenway Park. It's the best temperature. Oh, baby, 76 degrees. It was like that.
Yeah, a lot of people, I mean, my takes are always great, and a lot of people agree with, I got a bunch of tweets today being like, never have you been more right than saying 76 is the perfect temperature.
It's really good. When you see 70, no one's going to complain when they see 76. They're like, this might be perfect.
No.
Comes with a good breeze.
No one's saying I got to bring a jacket. No one's saying, oh, it's going to be too hot. Yes, Steve?
I have a quick question, and Coley, you were totally in the right to do what you did, but this brings up a bigger question of, can anyone give out suspensions? Because that's a slippery slope.
I don't think Jared heard you because he timed out.
No, I fucking heard him.
He was thinking about it. He's thinking about it.
No.
I was wrong.
I'm just saying it feels like a group discussion. Like, that's me being humble. I was like, oh, is this a group discussion? And Coley's like,
well, you had a slight smirk, which made me think you only heard part of the question.
No,
that's
I heard
why
the whole
did
fucking
that.
question.
Okay,
Tyler?
Listen,
I'm going to put my hand up right now and say I do not have the right to suspend anyone based on my record. So, hey, I'm just going to put it out there before you guys say I can't. I'm taking a step forward.
Can't tee up the officials. I agree. I agree with you on that.
Carry on.
That's nice by Tyler to do that. I knew you were going to say no shit, but that is a nice gesture. Yeah. I just think Coley's suspension is correct. It's just, I kind of always was on the assumption that you're the only one that can give him.
I'm appealing that suspension. That's just having a take that he disagrees
I'm
with.
I'm going to appeal too because I was half kidding and I whispered.
Well, you went on like a 20-minute slanderous rant about his son. Who's 6,
20 seconds.
Whereas I just said the guy was corny. That's something that a lot of people think. So yeah, I think Steve's suspension is upheld for child abuse. My suspension,
it gets transferred to Tyler. Yeah, that's
my suspension was like, Jared thinks that my favorite player is corny, and that made me upset. I'm gonna suspend him.
Everyone
I'm gonna suspend Jared because
knows that's not my favorite player. Everyone alive.
So then, I mean, like, I'm a big Jalen guy. Like, I'm like, Jalen is everything that Tatum wishes he was.
I love Jalen to death. Jalen right now is walking around with 5G coffee wrapped around his neck. Again, love the guy.
I don't know what that means.
He's got like this necklace.
Oh, the caffeine necklace. Yeah.
It's like the new.
Whatever. Who cares? That's like Casas.
He's been all
Casas
over the
does
world.
weird shit, and we love him for it because it works. It plays.
I woke up first thing. Like, first of all, I had to be up at 4 a.m. to go to the hospital. I know everyone cares, but I had to go up. First tweet I received that morning was, Coley, I'm listening to the 10 right now, and at about the 33-minute mark is where some Tatum slander starts taking place. I felt obligated to let you know. I put 6 question marks to that. And then so I think they were misspeaking. They called Tatum corny, and I don't much appreciate this. You need to put them both in their place next episode you were on. And then I heard the deuce implications towards Steve.
Disgusting, by the way.
Half joking, by the way, and whispered, which never counts.
No.
Never
Steve
counts.
does that. Steve does that when he knows that he was out of line. He'll be like, I was just kidding. Come on.
Well, I did call a 6-year-old a dick, which is like, probably shouldn't do that. That's why the suspension's fair, but I'm like, can anyone give them out?
No, I already upheld it. I upheld it, but I revoked mine.
I think it's one of those things, if you try and do it and you're just way off base, you lose it forever. If you do it and it's valid, I think it rolls over. But it's one of those things, once you fuck up, you lose it forever.
It just caught me so by surprise because I heard the song, but then Jared didn't know where it was going from.
You have to have kids to be able to levy a suspension.
I think that's fine. If you're a dad, you can give suspensions out because you're kind of used to doing that anyway.
Only the dads are handing out suspensions, so that's That's how he figured it out. Unless Tyler has
Tyler's
a kid.
going to be like, I have a fish.
Yeah.
I don't have any fish. I actually murdered my 2
He
fish
turns
as a
around,
child.
yeah, it's floating on the top of the water. He's like, I had a fish.
Rest in peace, Frida.
I was a fish father.
Yeah.
Can I give out suspensions?
The fish died when I left for the Cape when I was a child, and I didn't leave any food for them and left them in a hot
I
room.
thought you were going to say
last week. Yeah.
No new fish. I have not gone back down there. But as a fur father, I am a fur father of my puppy Sam, who is alive. I deserve some credibility for that.
A fur father?
That's what they call them. Yep.
Yeah, get him out.
Don't do it.
Yeah, you don't say fur father on this
that
show.
creep me out, fur father.
Yeah, you don't say fur father. That's weird. Also, it was very funny listening to Alex Cooper explain to Tristan Casas why people keep calling her father. He obviously knew
knows,
who she
right?
was.
Yeah.
Like he was
He's doing that.
pretending.
Oh, cool. Nice.
He was doing his weird thing that he does and pretending like he didn't know who Alex Cooper was.
Oh, I don't think any of that was weird. I think that was he was
Slinging
trying to
dick.
teach some game. Yeah, I think he was teaching some game to the youths out there, the Tylers of the world.
Yeah, but she just got married.
She did just get married. That
She
caught
just
me
got
off
married. She's off the market.
How many days since the marriage?
guard. Oh, there's
I mean,
a certain
you're asking
amount
the
where you
wrong guy.
still
You're
talk
asking
game.
the wrong guy.
The extended warranty
Yeah,
hasn't
we're
kicked
only
in.
30 days in. I can act like I don't know her show to try to, spit some game here.
Yeah, he was definitely spitting some G, but
Jared, your reaction to Chris Paul going to the Spurs?
It is home to your 44-39 third place Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carabas, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Coley Mick, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog Bullet, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
Ooh, what up, Section 10 in the building?
In the mother fucking building. Presented by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Produced by Jake Yazzie.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's another win on a Sunday. I want to say off the top of my head, the Red Sox are now 3-9 on Fridays, but it feels like 2-10 because one of those 3 wins on a Friday was coming off of Trevor Story dislocating his shoulder.
Yeah, they're 3-11. 3-11.
3-11?
Yep. And
On
13-1
Fridays.
on Sundays. Yeah.
So then it feels like 2-12.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like 2-12.
12.
12. They have 1 loss on Sunday.
Yeah. They're
The game I went
160.
to.
Yeah.
The
Again,
That was
162
the
record
Coley game.
pace is 35 and 127 for Fridays. And then the Sunday pace is 151 and 11. It's actually, and it pisses me off that they have that loss because that was the Coley game and they should have won. They were up 3-0 in that game. They had a lead in the 7th and then blew it and ended up losing by 4.
The more they win on Sunday, the more do you blame yourself, Coley?
I mean, it's a great question. That was Jamie Westbrook drew a hell of a walk there to try and do the damn thing.
Is that his
It
first
was
Major League
cool.
Plate appearance?
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Correct.
And shit. Tyler was like, "Will you get this guy the fuck out of here?"
Well, where is he now, if we're being honest? No disrespect.
Oh my
No
God.
disrespect, dude. No disrespect.
Like, it is disrespectful. It is
Disrespect, but no
disrespectful.
disrespect.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the guy. It's not like the guy didn't play well enough to stay. I mean, he played a lot better than fucking Vaughn Grissom. It's not saying much, but
I didn't love the tone there. Vaughn didn't do it.
I hated that tone.
But he lost so
caught
much
us
weight.
straight.
I hated that tone. By the way, Tyler, happy birthday belated to
Bobby Dahlbeck. Bobby Dahlbeck.
I thought you were going to say
Yeah.
to Tyler. I was like,
what
oh.
was yesterday.
Really
Okay,
happy Bob had that 2-homer game earlier.
What a loser. What a loser. His internet went out as he was trying to say some shit.
Nice. He's comfortable in his home.
Yeah. Well, it was Tanner Haug's birthday on Saturday. That didn't go well either.
That birthday sucked.
Yeah, that was a shit ass birthday.
Fire ass response though afterwards. Did you see what he said? Well,
No,
jumping ahead. We're jumping ahead.
It's fine. What did he say?
He said, well, they asked, are you going out to celebrate? He was like, no, not at all. He's like, I'm going home and I'm doing nothing. Upset about the game. Just leave it at that. How can you not respect it?
Let's be honest though. What would Tanner Houck do on his birthday? I feel like he would just go home and hang out. Yeah, probably. So he didn't go fishing instead. He canceled the fishing.
Respect Tanner Houck.
Yeah. I don't know what Tanner Houck does for fun outside of like his apartment.
I bet he loves just hanging out.
He just loves
He probably
chilling.
watches a lot of film. I bet he's like so much more, not to say that he's unserious. He's super serious.
He is, but like he's just a chill dude. He's not intense like Chris Sale. I know he gets all the Chris Sale comps mechanically, but like if you talk to Tanner Houck and it's not a day that he's starting a Major League Baseball game, super chill dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he gives you like multiple innings with the interview. He's like, I'll keep going, whatever, man.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to say. When you had your first show, 420 to center or whatever the fuck it is on Nesson, obstructed views, unobstructed views. When
No, the views are not obstructed.
Shitty views.
well,
on
they were.
Nesson.
That's my point. They were super obstructed. They had the Houck interview, the 7th-inning Houck interview on, and they had you and Pap like in the bottom corner for forever.
But we listened in for like a little bit, and then
But that's not why I'm watching that stream. Like it should have. They're capable of just giving you guys the game. You know what I mean? Like they can split that off.
They're not yet.
I know they're not going to, but that like
no, they are.
No,
they are, but not yet. Like, because I had asked about. We have this giant fucking 4K video board that's to my left of where I'm sitting. And I was like, if something happens in the stands, can we like call for a replay and go over here and like break it down? They were like, well, no, not yet. We don't have that ability yet. Like perfect example would have been like that dude today was sitting behind a home plate and he was like holding up his Section 10 shirt. And it's like, all right, yeah, we could have been like, oh shit, like zoom in, pull that up, rewind. And then we could have done something like that, but we can't do it yet because we don't have our own feed. So like we can only go by what the main broadcast is seeing.
Sure, yeah. Tweets were also too big.
The tweets?
Yeah, those need to be much smaller. The game should always be the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hate it?
I enjoy. I hated like.
You hate the broadcast?
I feel like you guys scheduled Bayo for that game. Like he was on like 2.5 days rest. Didn't care for that at all. Fucking hell. I was like, we couldn't get anyone. We should have been a Winkowski game. That's what the people wanted.
Wait, isn't it? Is it Bayo? No, okay.
No.
It's not. Oof. Okay.
No. Bayo's
It would be
Day
very
after.
funny if every Tuesday you just got Brian Bayo and the boys just chucking it around the yard to no one in particular.
All right, guys, we're back. Unobstructed views, top of the 4th. Red Sox down 11-1. But we got Mark Bellhorn calling in. Mark,
Yeah,
how's life, brother?
Mark. How many runs would you have driven in off of Bayo if you got to face this dude? 6, 7, 8. Oh wow, that's crazy. I never would have guessed that high.
All right, we'll be back. 5th inning. Red Sox down 17-2. We'll be right back. Still here with Pat.
Pap was the fun. Like you were great, obviously, but you're a professional. Pap was like after the first inning, he was like, Bayo's fucking locked in. By the 3rd, he was like, they shouldn't have paid this guy $1. Like he should be paying this team to play. Like just absolutely. However the wind's blowing, that's where Pap's going. I love it.
Hey, I hope JD Drew wasn't watching. Let's
Oh
say
my
that.
God,
He got ripped a new one.
Despises JD Drew. He's been doing it for like
Imagine
6-7 months now, though.
There needs to be a new word above despised because it's this guy could not hate him anymore. He's like, and did I say, by the way, he's the worst person that's like ever walked on this earth?
Imagine just like being teammates with the dude and 17 years later, just feeling the wrath like it just happened yesterday.
Well, it's not like they didn't win anything together either. It's like, no, we did accomplish the ultimate goal. Like Pat talks like JD Drew cost them the World Series, and they'll never live it down.
There's something funny to me too about it's like it's your first episode, right? It's the debut. All right, let's get this thing. No, I'm gonna spend 3 innings destroying JD Drew. That's what I'm gonna do. Paps, I think he's perfect for that alt cast. Honestly, he's the exact guy you want for that.
I agree. I would love to have him on, like as like a steady guy.
When the Sox were doing well with Eck, he was the biggest fan in the building. When they were doing poorly, he was like, these guys stink. But he was doing it very professionally. Jonathan Papelbon like is very close to like going down to the field and like taking the ball out of someone's hands himself.
He's fighting someone on the team airplane. Like fists are going to be thrown. Someone's getting knocked the fuck out. And it's probably not him.
No.
Eck had a funny way of letting you know that he was not pleased. Like, they gotta get this guy out of here, right? You go like, this guy sucks tonight, right? Is it just me?
You just got your lunch.
Wade Miley.
Get out of here.
Like, he'd always present it as if like, I'm not the only one seeing this, right? This guy's terrible.
Yeah. We watching the same game here, OP?
The hell, this guy's still in the league.
Oh.
When someone gave up a tack, when he was just like, the
sound effects were the best.
Yeah, that's not what we needed.
Oh, yuck! I would love yuck. He throws some yucks in there.
Good.
I feel like we didn't appreciate Eck enough while he was doing it.
He was like a shooting star. It didn't feel like he was here that long.
He was, but it was
like
just
10
like
years.
He didn't have the full reins because it was like Don and Jerry. Then Jerry was still the focal point, and then kind of like, I don't know, 2018 was his like breakout year where everyone was like, yes, Eck, yes.
Time to Party was like really the launching point.
Well, we referenced
that was early too. That was what, May?
I think May or April. It was April or May. It was early in the season.
We referenced the Wade Miley thing all the time. That was post game. Like that was a post game moment of X sitting there. That wasn't him in the booth. That wasn't him reacting in live time. And like that's one of the clips. That was what, 2015, and that's arguably the Wade Miley flip out.
That was 15. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's as recent that he was doing post game regularly.
You just got your lunch.
I think it was actually July. It was later than I thought. The Mookie.
Oh,
damn.
wow.
July 12th.
That's
12?
shocking.
12.
July 12th. Speaking of Red Sox broadcasters, you see this Sean McAdam piece?
Yeah, sad as hell.
So this all kind of ties back into Mookie Betts, right? Because I feel like if you wanted to, this is all interconnecting, right? The Padres are in town. Don Orsillo's in town. Manny Machado's in town. Xander Bogaerts is back in town. This is kind of all in the same vortex of trying to piece together, when did Red Sox fans stop caring about the Red Sox and the fan base all pissed off? You can go back to Mookie Betts, sure. But I feel like the things started to turn with the Don Orsillo thing. That's when it really started. You got distracted by the 2018 Boston Red Sox and 3 straight division titles. Like, that was cool and all. But in terms of like ownership, losing feel for what the fans want, that's kind of when it started.
Lester as well.
Lester as well, but that was around the same time. Like that was going into
like
15.
the next year. Yeah.
Yeah. Like they traded Lester in 14, and then he signed with the Cubs in 15. Yeah, so it's going into 15.
Right, yeah, I guess around the same time. Yeah.
There was also still optimism. Like I feel like there was a very small minority of people who thought Lester was actually gone. Most Red Sox fans were like, we're the smartest team ever. We're going to re-sign him. And then we're like kind of taken aback when he picked the Cubs.
But you had that Xander situation where it's like, we knew how insulting the contract extension offer was. That was when it was like, all right, do they even know what the fucking market is right now? I think that was the first sign you could really say that.
Yeah.
The Orsillo thing, though, I don't know about you guys. I remember exactly where I was when I heard the news. Like, how often does that happen when we're talking about a broadcaster? It's like, I remember where I was when I heard he wasn't going to be back. Like, that was catastrophic.
Yeah.
Were you at Nesson then?
No, that was, maybe? It might have been right after. I think that was right after. I had left a few months before.
Gotcha.
Because I remember like the Nesson building was like on lockdown because of all like the fucking threats. That was a wild time. I remember that very vividly. But this is
Section
from
10 had like just started, right? Hadn't Section? Yeah, I think that was early Section 10 because we went there with the Orsillo heads. Obviously, Coley was a huge part of that.
We?
I said we had the Orsillo heads.
Did you help hand them out and sneak them in?
No, didn't Coley help, or am I losing it?
Yes,
someone
it was
else.
Me and Coley.
I literally just said Coley played a huge part in that.
Are you saying we is in Section 10?
Yeah. Wait, what just happened?
Jared very much thinks you're trying to be
I'm not. No. I mean,
I took it the way you said it, Steve. I took it the way you said it.
Okay, all right. I was like, what did I just say wrong? I didn't know what just happened there.
Me and Coley snuck in 1,000 Don Orsillo heads, and then me and Coley handed them out to everyone sitting in Section 10.
We were at that game together, though, weren't we?
Me and Coley lied to security and said that it was the last home game of the season. So every section gets a free giveaway, and this is this section's giveaway. So make sure no one steals any, and keep this lane clear so we can hand them out. And whatever. But it's between like being an angel or an idiot, a little bit of both, I guess. This person kept the section clean for us, and we handed out.
They were like, "Get the fuck out of the way!"
Yeah,
like they're telling people to move. It was very funny.
They're like, "Hey, do not. This is just for this section. Every section gets a free giveaway." Yes. So we snuck in through the the fucking. It wasn't the players' lot, was it? Kinda, right?
No, it's the triangle. So now it's where like MGM, whatever that music thing is.
That entrance doesn't even exist anymore.
No, it doesn't. But that's where like the visiting team would come in. That's where like the production, like for ESPN national games, they'd put their big production trucks back there. Mm-hmm. And like workers come and go. So yeah, like we just walked through there with giant the largest boxes. I had my security, which it's not the Fenway security, it's a different security company that worked within Fenway. So I look more official. Like I have a tie. You know what I mean? I don't just have the yellow polo on. No offense to the Aramark people, they do a bang up job. But the
Orsillo heads.
Yeah, you were there.
Oh, you're making it seem like I played zero role in this. Like
you played zero role.
I'm not saying getting the heads in there. I'm saying we honored Dawn. That's what I'm talking about.
What is this we? What is this we?
We're literally here with the heads. What are you talking about?
After the game. That's after the game's over.
We're at the game honoring Dawn. What are you talking about? I did not bring the heads in. Hands up. I did not bring the heads in.
Me and Coley snuck them in. Me and Coley handed them out. There was no Steve.
This was about honoring Dawn. I was there with you for that game with the heads. The heads.
I see that you got one. You're welcome for saving you one.
To you.
When I handed you one after I fucking snuck in there.
This was never supposed to be about who got the heads in. This was just about honoring Dawn. All right.
I mean, it would have been if it wasn't for all this we talk.
I mean, how many shows have you done with them, Steve? Like how many?
This is like basically what Steve just did is like me and Coley robbed a bank and then showed back up at the hideout with fucking bags of money, and then Steve holds up a couple hundreds and he's like, "We did it! We did it! We did it! Oh, we did it!"
I shouldn't have said anything. This wasn't about getting the heads
me and Coley
Dawn.
robbed the bank. You got a couple $100. You can have the money, but me and Coley robbed the bank. Coley drove the car. I had the gun.
All right. Credit for you. Good job.
I popped the safe open.
There was a third person who drove the heads. I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, he's the one that like
they can say we.
He like got them printed out and drove the boxes and dropped them off to us by like Jillian's.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically where the entrance is. It's right there. So
Yeah.
super
So-
easy.
Like we paid him, and then he knew someone that did this, and he printed them off, brought the boxes, dropped the goods off to us, and then me and Coley snuck
Okay,
them
all right.
into
This is
Fenway.
excessive. I've had enough. Enough.
And
This
then me
sucks.
and Coley
Boo!
distributed
you
them
suck.
out to everybody.
You suck.
But Steve
Boo!
Going at the end of the game.
This is
So
about
he-
honoring Dawn, and you
so
turn it
he-
down. No, you're not
so
winning.
he was definitely
Get the
part
fuck
of it.
out of here. I've
He
had
was-
enough of this. I've
He
had
was
enough.
definitely part of it.
Fuck out of here.
Steve's
He had
begging
one.
for an injection right now. Please.
I don't care. Fucking
Oh, it's for
toss
sure.
me.
Oh, wow.
You need a
I
timeout.
respect it.
Yeah, he needs to calm down. He's getting angry at the truth. That's what's happening today. Is everyone's getting mad at the truth. Just this is what happened. Getting mad.
I also wasn't working that day. I just showed up in my uniform and carried him in.
You were
Left
you didn't
immediately.
even have a job then there.
No, I did. I think I had just started trying out to do social media at Barstool. Like,
Yes.
I was like, I need
You
to
were
leave
working then.
immediately. Yeah, I was
Yes.
still a security guard.
Jake, what
But
was the first we I said? Did I say
Oh my
anything
God,
about bringing the
here we
heads
go.
in?
Yeah, you said
Yeah,
you
kinda.
did say we. You said we.
Kinda.
I was
I
making
think
it
you
sound
said
like
when
we
we
were
brought
there
the
for
heads to them.
Dawn. Like we were there for Dawn. That was the point
No.
of this.
I don't know that the tape's going to play back in your favor,
Okay.
even though I think
I'm-
your intentions were pure.
Okay, all right. That's
Put well.
okay.
Jared doesn't think your intentions were
No,
pure.
I know. No, I know. He rarely does.
I don't think you were like you like parachuted
I brought
in.
those
I
heads in
don't-
myself, and
Yeah.
Jared did nothing. That's what happened. I just had a little Tyler tirade there. All right,
Mhm.
It happens
back.
to the best of us. It's okay.
I'm back.
Get back
It's
on the
only
horse.
happened to
That's
two
what
of you.
separates us.
Love you, dog.
Sox win 45-2 or lose 45-2.
No, if it's that first one, Jesus.
It's from masslive.com.
Yep.
Sean McAdam. And I'm surprised that Don spoke at all
Very candidly.
because I mean, it's been a while since I've asked, but there were definitely times that I've discussed. I mean, this was also just like a couple of comments. It wasn't like a full sit down type deal. Like he hasn't done like the full length, like let me air it out type deal, but he did have some pointed words for the Red Sox and those responsible. Definitely still mad. And I think he has every right to be. I think he has every right to be mad.
You see it on social media more than anything. On Twitter, if you tweet anything to the Red Sox like, hey, they treated Don like shit, he will like it and he will retweet it. Like, he will show you love anytime you crap on the Red Sox, which he should. He deserves to do that, but he's not scared of like putting it out there, at least on his Twitter profile, that like, it's fuck the Red Sox.
No,
And
why-
he's been doing that
why-
for 9 years.
Yeah, he was right.
Yeah.
He was in the right. This is from Mass Live, Sean McAdam. The quote is, I believe when you're fired from a team, you lose your allegiance to that team as far as caring whether they win or lose, he said. This is Orsillo. That was part of the deal. If I'm out, so are they. I can't be a fan of someone who's not a fan of mine. I don't agree with that. Like, I'm a big fan of Roman Reigns. He doesn't know who I am. He doesn't have to be a fan of mine. But I get what he's saying.
But he was like the Red Sox were previously a fan of his. It's not like Roman Reigns was like, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't
If
stand
Roman
by this
fired
guy.
you, what would you do? If he was like, don't use the tribal chief shit, none of that. I don't want to hear you speak ever again. Go away.
Well, I
Morning,
think
leave me alone. If he said that,
like, I don't know. In my situation, like, I left Barstool. I wasn't fired from Barstool, but it didn't end super great. But I still will watch some of the content. Like, I'm not like a diehard like I used to be. Like, it's not, I used to like never miss a thing, but it's not like I'm so bitter that I can't like watch an episode of Stool Scenes if like the subject matter is interesting to me or something. But yeah, like, admittedly, I'm definitely not as big of a fan as I was. Like, I'm not watching a ton of stuff, but like, it's not to the point where I'm like, I can't watch any of it. Like, there's definitely some people that left that have never consumed a single piece of content ever again. Like, I don't feel that way. That was part of the deal. If I'm out, so are they. I can't be a fan of someone who's not a fan of mine. You're not going to like someone who despises you or replaces you. I couldn't do it. My allegiance had to end, especially where I went to another franchise where I am invested. That fandom ended. Now my love for the Bruins, Celtics, and Patriots has not changed. They didn't fire me. Yeah, I mean, I still feel bad for Don because he got a raw deal. I wish things had played out differently. I also just don't know how things would have gone post Jerry too. Like, we all miss Don, but we miss Don and Jerry. Like, what would the broadcast be like with Don and Uke and Don and Will? Like, it would just be different. Like, we would then, like, if Don were still here, that now we would be saying we miss Jerry, you know? And then people still say that, obviously. But there's nothing we can do about that. But I don't know. It's weird because, like, to him, he's saying there's other parts in this article, if you want to read the whole thing, where he's talking about, yeah, it's been 9 years. And I on my last broadcast, I said, like, to be remembered at all is how I would like to be remembered. And it's very much still a thing here. It wasn't as much of a thing as I thought it was going to be. But I think that has more to do with the overall interest in the team rather than that storyline just dying out and people not caring about what happened to Don here.
And I think a little bit was, you know, he did come back here for a national game, right? Like, and there's been kind of that cross path at times. But I think where things got even weirder was 2022 after the Remy stuff, where they, like, didn't include him, where they kind of just left him out of the mix on all of that. And he was noticeably upset about it, you know, talked about it in different ways, filmed his own video to kind of put out there and say sorry. I don't know. I think a lot of that stuff kind of really pushed a lot of people away. And when you talk about, like, comparing if Orsillo was here and if Remy was the one who had left or whatever, if people didn't feel the way they did about Dave O'Brien, and you can say what you will if he's overly hated or what, it's one of the hottest topics you can ask any Red Sox fan. The best you're usually going to hear is he's solid, or you're going to hear they don't like him. That's why when Mike Monaco's in the booth, that's why when Tom Caron's in the booth like he was today, look at the timeline. You see the love those guys get. And the minute Dave O'Brien, and there's been plenty of moments where people play highlights where they think he should be more excited, that bothers the fan base to a significant degree. And maybe you say that's just because of how they cared about Don, but Don says it again and again. Being part of that broadcast team is like having a family member in the living room. Like, that's how he viewed it. That's how Red Sox fans grew to love him. And Dave O'Brien has just never tried to play that role with the fans. He wants to be just your typical broadcaster and national voice. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just different approaches.
I think there is something wrong with that. I mean, it's you got to be here specifically playing to the home crowd. Like, we've just from both teams, the Celtics and the Red Sox, we've lost Tommy, we've lost Mike, we've lost Jerry, we've lost Don. All in and Eck. Like, I'll even put Eck in that because I do feel like
Jack
he fits
Edwards
in
for
that.
Bruins people too. Yeah.
Jack Edwards, good call. Jack Edwards, Tony Meatballs, the singer over there. When you've got all these Boss and Ike, even Rene Rancourt, like, he genuinely was like the Bruins anthem. So, like, you lose all those people in a short period of time. But Celtics fans are going through the same thing. They don't necessarily love that broadcast. They like much like when we talk to Red Sox, people prefer the radio broadcast tandem over the TV guys. So I do think it's a tough spot. I think if Don, because it wasn't just like OB subbed in and it was just him and Remy. Like we said, Eck was there. If we had a Don and Eck all that time, maybe Eck keeps pushing. Who knows? Who knows how it goes?
Seeing these comments it was really sad. And Jared, the ones that you read were that was the paragraph. That's the one that really kind of felt like a dagger to us Sox fans that truly loved Don Orsillo. Like, there was never going to be any replacing Don. Dave is his own individual, obviously completely different from Don Orsillo. It remains one of the dumbest decisions the Red Sox have ever made, moving on from Don. But seeing that I can't be a fan of someone who's not a fan of mine, I almost friggin' like teared up at that. I'm like, not you, Don. Like, no, like, you're our guy. And even in this article, it's a really good article by Sean McAdam. I almost kind of wanted more. I'm sure it was just a quick, exchange. I wanted like more quotes from Don. It was pretty short. He said that he just went to get lunch and he had like 30, 40 people stop him for photos, and that he was a little surprised at that. And Don shouldn't be surprised at that. When he's mentioning that he's in people's living rooms, like, he made growing up in this area as a Sox fan so much more fun than it would have been. Like, his WAR compared to whatever the other guy is just way ahead. So that's what makes these comments just like hurt. Like, it really, and he's totally in the right to feel this way and to still be pissed off. Tyler, you're right. Like, it's every other day, and you can't see likes anymore.
But back then, if you scrolled, you saw every damn like was cooking the fuck out of the Red Sox.
One of my favorite things to do there when you could see likes was like, oh, I wonder what Don's been liking lately. It was always like, at this is like, you go fuck yourself. There was a lot of there was a lot of stuff in there that was really, that made me laugh. But yeah, it's just sad. I don't know. Seeing this quote was sad, and it's like the Red Sox do love him, and they gave him an ovation. Like, the Red Sox players gave him a standing ovation
on the
in his
road.
last game. Yeah, it's like that in Cleveland. Like, that matters. The fans give you a huge ovation. I was there with Jared. We brought the Don heads in together, and we were giving him an ovation at his last Fenway game.
Let's be honest. Steve had both boxes on his back. Like,
Exactly.
I was just there being like, Steve.
You thought it was a dumb idea.
Yeah. Oh my God. He
Walk out of the
fucking
way.
punched one of the security guys.
I know.
He pulled a gun on the guy at Fenway, and he was like,
Don't
we're taking
bleep
these
that.
fucking boxes in. Shut the fuck up.
I
shot
did pull
him.
the gun.
He shot
but
the
just,
guy.
No, stop. Bleep that.
Yeah,
I did shoot the guy,
yeah.
but just don't
Yeah.
leave that in here.
Right.
Fatal.
Yeah,
Fatal.
it was fate. Oh, big dead, and I almost killed
R.I.P.
his buddy. But yeah, this was sad. He had another line on how it was tough being there without Remy, and he put a video up on his IG of the Jerry Remy booth. That's got to be so hard for it. That has to be so hard for him to see that and to think like, this is how I'm seeing it, like in this capacity, just because the team I call games for now is at Fenway Park. So just kind of felt for Don, but he at least had a lot of fun on Saturday. That's for sure.
I kind of felt worse for the Padres because he clearly doesn't give a fuck about the Padres like at all.
You don't think so?
Like,
What do you mean? What do you mean?
The way he's still talking, like, I hate it. I mean, San Diego doesn't have any other teams, but like the way he was still talking about Boston, I'm not telling him to get over it because we're not over.
Oh,
it.
they're talking about an X type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like if he were offered the job tomorrow, I think he's leaving San Diego, like without hesitation.
Without a thought. Because
Yeah.
he grew up here. It's your dream job. Like, you only get one of those things. And that's where I
Right.
think the pain is so real. Because if your dream job, what you aspired to be, and then you went and, you're the broadcaster for 3 different championships, you have all these moments, it was playing out like this perfect storybook ending. And you knew how Jerry Remy felt about him in terms of him keeping and going and building him up. And then it just gets cut off like that behind your back. And you realize, there's not even a chance for me to fight here for what I have. It's already decided and done, and it's been done. That's crazy. That's pulling out the rug from you in a way that most people could never even, understand.
When he had that line in there of like, you're their voice of summer and how much it mattered to even be in the background, that just hit so close though. That is like exactly what Don was. And to me, that's still what Stigs is. That obviously credit to Will and Lou. I was listening to that driving back from the Cape, them calling the game, and they still have that, like, that feels summery when you're listening to them, but it was so true with Don and Jerry that we're not getting that again. And so that part's already sad. And then seeing these comments of like, I'm out. It's like, damn it. Even though I guess we could have probably assumed as much, seeing it in writing hurt more than I would have ever
I think we
expected.
could have drawn that conclusion from all the Red Sox hate tweets that he's like.
Yeah. But
that he maybe wasn't a fan
wasn't
anymore.
part of you like, shit, that's tough to hear him say that.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I think all of it, like when I read that paragraph, I almost, like, my first thought was like, where the fuck is this from? Like, this doesn't.
I didn't think he was him.
Yeah. Like, I saw a screenshot of it and I was like, this seems fake. Like, he didn't say that. Why would he doesn't hate the Sox. And then I just like went to the replies and people were like, oh, where's this from? Oh, Sean McAdam, blah, blah, blah. And I read the whole thing. And yeah, I get it. I get it. Like that, when you are so justified in your reaction, it just fuels your bitterness about it. Obviously, he felt terrible about getting fired and you're losing your dream job. You grew up a Red Sox fan. Now you're the broadcaster for the Boston Red Sox. And then the response to you getting fired is 100% like, why did we do this? And then I'm sure he's reminded about it all the time because he's very online and people say, oh, we miss you, Don, and this and that. I'm sure that fuels the bitterness is he hasn't been allowed to move on because I'm sure Red Sox fans tweet at him all the time. But, how can you move on when I don't even there's no way that Padres fans will ever get to a place where they appreciate him as much as Red Sox fans do because the Don and Jerry magic was just, it's unparalleled. Like it's, Don's had some great calls in San Diego, but the reason why Red Sox fans love Don is for the banter in between the calls.
Yeah, he's fixing Jerry's tooth. I mean, stuff like that.
The lamps,
Yes.
like getting Remy the lamp and going to Bed Bath and Beyond. Like,
Yeah.
It's the in-between
Come on
stuff.
now.
Yeah. So, yeah, it sucks. It sucks, but, I've just the same way that you kind of just accept Mookie Betts as a Dodger. Like I've accepted that Don is broadcasting the Padres. I think I've moved on as much as I loved his time here. Like it's not going back the other way. Like don't torture yourself. As long as this ownership is here, he ain't coming back.
I think it's a non-0% chance that he comes back. I don't think it's 0%. In the future, if
It's
there's
the
different
same way
ownership,
that when Theo had beef with the owners and who else was it that was Francona. Yes, as long as they're there, I'm not coming back. Like there's just a lot of people that have beef with these owners that that bridge is completely burned. Not saying never, but a lot would have to change. Like a lot of things would have to fall a certain way or whatever, but
Dave just signed an extension too. So, for people who want Monaco or hope for that Orsillo kind of reunion, doesn't look like it's coming anytime
I don't even
soon.
I would never even have that thought in my mind. It's just not something that ever crossed my mind. Like the Theo
That Don
thing,
was coming back?
huh?
That Don was coming back? Yeah,
No.
That never crossed
That
my
never crossed my mind. No, it's not a thought that I had. I think the Theo thing was as close to a dream scenario of this seems super improbable, but maybe. And then it did happen, but it's not to the degree that we wanted it to be. Like it's not like he's taken Breslow's job. Like Breslow doesn't answer to Theo. Like I still to this day don't know how much impact that Theo even has, I guess.
He's
on
an intern.
baseball ops. Yeah, I have no
He's
idea.
a baseball team owner intern.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I've let it go. I have learned to love the new mix over here. We just had this conversation fucking last podcast about I think this new blend of former players that are coming in, this is our generation. A lot of these guys are our age pretty much. So we're getting to see the ground level of the next generation of Red Sox broadcasting. That's cool. It's something new, I guess. I mean, we're not going to go back to what it was. We are never getting Don and Jerry. We need to understand that.
For
Don
sure
and Jerry
not.
is never happening again.
I do.
Just ain't
Def
happening.
not.
There's just no chance.
There's no chance. You want to talk
Bet the
percentages?
mortgage.
You want to talk percentages? 0% chance we're getting Don and Jerry again.
Although I'd nest-
Stevie P guarantee.
That
ain't
is a
happening.
Stevie P guarantee.
Stevie P
Listen.
guarantee. No more Don and Jerry.
If there were going to be a team that was going to be first to introduce AI called
Oh God!
baseball games,
Stop it, please. Aren't they having AI Al Michaels for the Olympics? Did I see that right?
so bad, dude.
Okay.
So bad.
All right, so that opens the door for Jerry. There we go.
You never know.
Never know.
You never know. But I do know that Underdog is the easiest place to play fantasy sports.
Hell yeah.
That's true.
100%.
The easiest. Playing their pick'em game is as simple as selecting higher or lower on player stats, strikeouts, total bases, home runs, and so much more. Make entries of all baseball or mix and match across your other favorite sports. You can win up to 100 times your money, and it's a ton of fun. The Underdog Home Run Derby, the Wiffle Ball Home Run Derby that we're having in Dallas, it was probably 85 and humid out today. So I was like, let me go for a walk just to see if I can go for a walk in hot and humid weather. I mean, I was dying going down the end of the street just to get a slush. You want me to take swings nonstop for 3 minutes with the heat turned up fucking 20 more degrees? I'm telling you right now, I am not winning this home run derby. I'm just saying. Tyler,
I'll take you out round one. So.
I'm going to say right now, nobody should count me out. On vacation, I was fucking swinging it, dude.
Yeah,
I
not in 105 with humidity, dude.
It was windy as fuck. And I was making adjustments on the go.
Has nothing to do with heat and humidity, you fucking idiot.
The ball was moving. It was very tough. Even though these were like BP throws, I was launching them.
He still doesn't get it. He still doesn't get it.
Guy's got the wind in his back.
The wind couldn't stop me.
This guy
He's nice and cool and comfortable.
Yeah, this guy doesn't understand what we're talking about right here.
I've officially counted Tyler out. I want that on the record.
Stop. I understand humidity and how it makes things harder, but you know what also makes things harder? When knocking the ball down and when it's still going through the wind, it's cutting like a fucking sword. Samurai
We're talking
sword.
about how you are going to be so fucking out of gas after 4 swings because it's 105 degrees out. Like, do you understand how hard it's going to be?
I took 30 swings in roughly 3 minutes.
It was probably like 72 degrees.
Yeah.
78.
Nice,
No
nice
humidity.
Cape breeze.
Nice and windy.
Yeah, you can breathe nice.
Martha was doing an awful fucking job throwing the ball, and I
Oh,
still
no.
was watching. I was dying.
Why does
Unbelievable.
Martha
Like,
get all
why
these
did he
ratings?
go there?
Dude, you guys are
Insane.
dating, right? She is your girlfriend,
Yeah,
right?
this dude. Oh, man.
That was crazy.
Why does Martha get ripped
Unbelievable.
like every show, dude?
Like, we're doing like wiffle ball batting practice where it's not even being videoed. Like, no, there's no one to see your performance or make fun of you. And he's already just ripping his girlfriend, who's the
My
BP
girlfriend
pitcher.
sucks at everything. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
That's crazy.
This
Martha's
is a podcast
amazing.
of 4 Martha respecters and Tyler.
Yeah.
Like, that's what this show is.
Martha's amazing, but she isn't used to throwing BP, so there was a bit of an adjustment going on. And we, had some words back and forth in the moment, but, we worked through it.
The way that you
She
described
dusted you off
it.
her plate.
A
Is what
little
I'm
bit.
hearing.
She was pushing
Yeah.
you back. Baltimore Orioles.
On vacation, she's throwing you BP, and you're like, this girl
Yeah.
is the worst.
Yeah.
This fucking broad can't get it over the plate.
Yeah.
Love you, babe.
Oh,
Doesn't sound like
Yeah,
It does. It does.
No.
it does not.
No.
But I'm winning. Put it out there.
Jake, who does Tyler have? Round one?
We're gonna drop that on baseball's dead.
Oh,
tomorrow, I think.
okay. All right.
Yeah. Make sure you sign up with the promo code Jared. That's JARED to get up to $250 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code Jared.
Go.
Coley.
Can we fly Martha in to pitch to T-Dog?
Oh, by the way,
We have a little chemistry now. It's a little Bryce Harper and his dad kind of situation.
so Dallas Braden is talking
Heard of
some nonsense. Like he's going to have his own personal pitcher. And he's saying he might fly them in. They might already be in Texas. We don't know. So I was like, all right, if we're doing personal pitchers, I know the perfect one. I know the perfect personal pitcher for me. I put the word out. And let me see. I think we're going to be able to make this happen.
Matt Clement.
Worse.
Which is your producer's
Oh.
name, Matt Clement? And
Yeah, that kind of threw me off.
Yeah, he's a
I thought you guys had Clement back there crunching numbers. I was like, this.
Get to work.
They got to get him on screen if that's Matt Clement. Like, what do they
tweets
do?
up like, what's going on here?
throw out the text on Thursday. Thoughts on being my surprise personal pitcher for the Wiffle Ball Home Run Derby in Dallas for the All-Star Game? I'd be honored. What day would that be? I said, I think it's Monday, July 15th, right?
Yep.
Right, Jake?
Yep.
Okay. Let me get home and figure out what I have going on.
Has this person been on Section 10 before?
I don't think he's the right guy.
You don't know who I'm talking about.
I do, easily.
Has this person been on the 10?
No.
Oh, wow.
Maybe I don't. Has he bought me alcohol before?
No. Coley?
Pat Lake's been on the show.
He's been on the
1,000
show
times.
a billion.
This is why we know you don't listen. We know you've never listened.
No,
to the program.
Obviously I knew Pat Light was on Section 10. We did the podcast
What
on Name
other pitcher
Redacted
has
together.
bought you alcohol?
I
Is
just
there
thought he
another-
was dancing around it. He was trying to play the game a little bit.
No, Jared's a straight shooter. I think most of us thought you were talking about Brock Holt at first.
I thought it was
He was just. Why would you get Pat Light? He can't throw the ball. Like that's the one thing he can't do.
That's the point
Yeah,
I was
true.
making.
Brock Holt was in Maine. My phone didn't ring.
Hmm.
Kind of insane.
Wait, what? When was he in Maine?
There was like a celebrity golf tournament like 30 minutes north of me. So he had to travel past me to get to it.
Wow.
Yeah, insulting.
There's a noticeable lack of Brock Holtz in our lives, and I don't like it.
I mean, I think I'm gonna try to get him on one of these alt casts.
That's, I mean, that would be gold.
I
Yeah.
think he's gonna be a guest with us on the next one, but I want him to be like on the couch with me.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure he's good to go to be like a call-in guest or like I almost said Skype. Is Skype even a thing anymore?
Yeah.
I think.
I've
yeah.
used it.
Really? Didn't we do Skype for all of our guests at Barstool? Wasn't that like how
Yeah.
At the
Oh.
beginning, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
we
That's how
Skyped
Pete
him in?
would call it. Pete would Skype.
Skype. Yeah. Skype was like, I think that was like the first video chat thing that I've ever used. I remember like Skyping in like 2008 or something like that.
Uvu?
Yeah, shout out to Skype.
That's a Skype.
No,
They
Uvu
really-
came after Skype, I think.
Everyone else is coming after them. Respect you, Skype.
Yeah. FaceTime put them to shit.
Oh, they killed them.
I mean, they got buried 20 different ways.
Yeah.
They've been getting buried
Zoom
for 10
came
years.
back just to dunk on him one more time.
Yeah.
Zoom.
Even Zoom, they had quite a once they overtook Skype, and they kind of fumbled that as well. But yeah, 17 episodes until Brock's back.
Yeah.
Right.
B-Dog.
Have you ever done an episode with Brock, T-Dog?
I'm insulted that you even said that. I've done multiple episodes with him.
I mean, how the fuck am I supposed to? I've done 500 of these fucking things.
The last...
Tyler
I
carried
can't.
the boxes in.
Even more. I mean, like we're getting to 500 to Section 10 that we didn't count. How many fucking episodes of Name Redacted do we do, Jake?
150
On the dot?
on the dot, right,
Yeah,
Jake?
on the
All right,
That's
so
pretty good.
650 fucking episodes, and I'm supposed to remember who the fuck came on with us?
Well, it's not like the 150 were 5 years ago. They were the last 2 years.
I've blacked them out of my
Our
mind.
time means nothing to you. And that really upsets me and bothers me. Moving on.
He treats you like you treat Martha. Now you see how someone doesn't like it.
Mark-
Martha has nothing to do with this.
Boom sauce.
Boom sauce.
Hurting
Boom
me left and
sauce.
right tonight. Hurting me left and right. Shadow Hubs, by the way. Big fan. Tyler!
Shout out my fellow Yankee compadre
Yeah.
Hubs.
Vote Yanks, baby. Hey, Aaron Judge, top vote getter. Shout out Hubs. That was us.
What the hell was that?
It's a Judgian blast. All rise.
Shout out Stroman. He didn't mean anything with what he said to Glaber.
That was crazy. Crazy. Shout out Hubs.
Oh, wow.
This guy
one was always
fucking loves the
That one was
Yankees.
pretty good. That last one was always
Loves the
pretty good.
fucking Yankees, dude.
He just
I just,
appreciates
you
Ben
know,
Rice.
I mean, for Pete's sake, it's
What are you shouting out Hubs for?
He just saw the Ben Rice love and he wanted to get in line with it. I respect it.
The Empire's back, baby!
Few things worse than those Hubs videos where he's like, all right, I gotta hype myself up. I gotta be like excited about this.
Dude, you're never gonna be able to get past the Yankee fan allegations.
They are what they are. I think
Especially because we weren't even talking about anything close to that. You're just like, by the
Not
way,
even
I got to give a
close.
shout out to my guy, Eric Cubs.
Yeah.
seems like a nice gentleman.
What do the Bronx Bombers do today?
They won.
Hell yeah.
You calling my boy right now?
That's what I was hoping for.
The fuck does he have to do right now?
He's busy
Nothing.
at this time. It's 9 p.m.
Absolutely nothing.
There's no way he has anything to do right now.
Your call has been forwarded to
That's
voicemail.
insane.
The person
Do
you're
they still
That's
do like
insane.
Bronx Daily or whatever?
Get
the hell
cooked.
it was called?
Bronx Daily.
Pinstripe Posse.
Bronx Daily. This was in the San Diego Tribune. I know you're a subscriber, Tyler.
Dennis Lynn, shout out him.
Yeah. Yep. Shout out to all the teams that are kicking the Red Sox ass. This is from Manny Machado. Quote, a lot of Padres fans here. It's kind of weird to see it in Boston. I played here quite a bit, and it's kind of tough. But there were a lot of Padres fans here. It was great to see a lot of yellow out there.
How many different people are going to say it? I will say something I did enjoy on the broadcast the last couple of days. Will Middlebrooks absolutely cooking Manny Machado and kind of giving it to him on the broadcast. I enjoyed that and just making it very clear, like, you took away 5 years of Dustin Pedroia from a fan base that, love Pedroia, grew up with him. We know, especially my generation, what he means to us. I needed that. Didn't help when Machado hit 2 homers quickly after, but
Yeah.
the beginning was fun.
Regardless of, how many road fans are here or not, I was honestly impressed with the Machado hate because we talk about how all these road fan bases are taking over Fenway. I didn't know he'd still be getting boos like that here. I'm not going to lie.
Every game.
We've been honest about this is a different Fenway in the last, 5 years. And I didn't think that they were going to be giving it to him like that. It seemed to help him quite a bit. So I don't know if that was great. There was one guy that was really yelling at him, and then that's when he went over the monster. So.
Yeah, he even said, he's like, yeah, it makes it more difficult. It's harder to focus when they boom you like that. And he hit fucking 16 home runs.
Yeah, come on, man. He also hasn't been a dick in a while, right? When's the last Machado incident? I'm saying an incident on the field. Has he had a thing? I couldn't remember.
Well,
he used to step on everybody, and he stopped doing that.
I feel like,
after he left the Dodgers, he wasn't really doing crazy stuff anymore.
No, the only incident really recently has been the shouting match with Tatis, but Machado was in the right. Like Tatis was, I forget what he did, but Machado was kind of screaming at him for not focusing or whatever. I don't know, pouting. There's something like that. But Machado was in the right for whatever that incident was.
He's grown up. He's a different guy now.
It's a little bit of the Harper, a lot of people viewed him as a punk and then he kind of turned it. But 2021, I was trying to go back and find that. That was a Tommy Edman play where he slid halfway to second base and absolutely upended him again. And that kind of went viral because people were like, wow, he didn't learn his lesson. He's still doing stuff like that. What are you going to do? It's just who he is at this point. And at the end of the day, at least from Pedroia, he's always kind of said Machado himself, it wasn't intentional. You can boo him, but what else is there to the point? We're never going to stop blaming him. He's never going to act like it was intentional. You move forward.
No.
You know how Pedroia feels. He's told you how he feels about it. He views it in the light that we do, even though he didn't really put it that way when it first happened.
He definitely didn't.
Not at all. It was the opposite message. He kind of called it baseball. But now, especially when we heard when he was retiring and everything, he acknowledged what that slide meant to his career.
I mean, I think in the moment you don't know the ramification. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He tried for years.
He didn't know that would kind of end his career. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think even if he looked at it and it wasn't him, if he took himself out of the play, he would just be it is baseball. I'm not saying we should love Manny Machado. Obviously, still hate him. But there is still like the same people who hate him also are like, baseball and sports have gotten so soft. You can't like say both of those things. You just can't.
I just remember Pedroia still had Twitter at the time, and I didn't have his number at the time. So I had like some software where I could like record the TV. This was like before fucking like all these like clip cutting baseball people were on Twitter too. So I cut the clip of it and I slowed it down because I remember after the game, he said something either directly or indirectly that he believed it wasn't intentional. And if you slow it down, say like my arm is Pedroia's leg and like Machado's foot was coming up and it was turned. You have to watch the YouTube for this. It was turned. And then at the very last second, he made sure that his foot was directly parallel with Pedroia's leg or calf. So if you slow it down like that, it seems very intentional because if you have the wherewithal to move your foot in those last seconds, wouldn't you move it out of the way instead of make sure that it's square with fucking Pedroia's legs so that it's a direct hit? So yeah, I think I remember back then people were like, well, look, like his initial reaction is to help Pedroia. He's like, he immediately goes to his aide and tries to help him up. I'm like, yeah, because he probably felt like an asshole after the fact, but that's not to say that he didn't intentionally try to spike him in the fucking leg.
I've always thought that was oh shit, like I really got him. Like I do think his intent was to make contact there, and then he was like, oh no, like I've done a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like immediate regret, basically.
Yeah. Both can be true.
And it's history, right? Like if you do multiple things where people kind of call you dirty. I had forgot about the Christian Yelich thing back in 2018 with Jesus Aguilar at first base. Like,
yeah,
Manny Machado has a storied history of similar incidents like this.
He did
That's what makes you a dirty player.
Wasn't like Steve Pearson his
Brock
fucking
Holt.
wedding?
Brock Holt, didn't he take a really weird one too with Machado?
I'm pretty sure Steve Pearce was in Manny Machado's wedding or at his wedding or something like that, and he spiked him too.
It's just who he is.
Didn't he have, I'm going to send you this, Jared. Didn't he like have some really aggressive comments after the Chris Sale thing in like 2017? Wasn't Machado at Fenway and he was like, just fucking,
yeah.
if you're going to hit me, fucking hit me.
Yeah.
I just texted
that was Matt Barnes, wasn't it?
Or no? It was on Sale. I thought it was about Chris Sale.
It was, yeah, here it is.
I mean, that's stuff that you don't do. But I mean, I'm not on that side. I'm not on that organization. They're still thinking about that same slide that I did. That was no intention on hurting anybody. And you know, I'm still paying. I'm still trying to get hit at, get thrown at my head, get thrown at everywhere. It's bullshit. You know, I've lost my respect for the organization, for that coaching staff, for everyone over there. I mean, if you're gonna hit me. Go ahead, hit me. You know, don't let this keep lingering around and you know keep trying to hit people. I mean, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. MLB should do something about hit pitchers out there with balls in their hands, throwing 100 miles per hour, trying to hit people. I got a bat too. I could go up there and crush somebody if I wanted to. But you know what? I'll get suspended for the year, and the pitchers only get suspended for 2 games. That's not cool.
So he's
I think
saying
he was upset there.
Yeah, I remember doing a podcast after that rant and being like, wait, so does he want to kill Chris Sale with the bat? Like he's saying like, oh, he threw a ball at me. He's only going to get suspended. And he said 2 games. It's like 6 or 10. Like it depends. Like they'll make you skip a start or 2. But he's like, yeah, like why can't I go out there and fucking crush his skull in with the bat? It's the same thing.
When he had those comments, it's like, bro, what are you gonna? Oh, okay, you're gonna hit him in the head with your bat. Is that what you're gonna do? Like, you're not gonna do that. That's the thing with Machado, where it's like, come on,
it's kind of crazy. People don't use the bat more often. Like when Clemens threw that ball nowhere near Manny,
run up.
He was like, "I'm going to hit you with the bat. I'm going to strike you with this."
And people don't hesitate with the helmet, which is pretty hard. It's not bat hard, but it still could do some real damage if it hit you in the wrong spot. Like Yuke with Porcello, Bryce Harper threw the helmet way back. What, Hunter Strickland?
Oh,
people are willing to throw.
He missed by a mile.
Awful throw, but he tries.
Yeah. The attempt was there. It's a really tough one.
I only respect Izzy Alcantara. The the only guy smart enough to also take out the catcher, who that pesky catcher always gets in the way. He was a catcher too, right? I think that's why he knew to do it. He's like, I'm going to kick this guy square in the chest. Like,
Got to buy myself more. I need more time here for what I'm going to do to this pitcher. So we're going to kill you first and then go get that guy.
Didn't Jose Offerman take the bat out there?
To an ump, wasn't it? He swung on an ump.
I thought he took it out to the mound, but this was like a minor league game.
It was a minor league game. I thought he swung at the ump, and that's why he was like instantly banned. Like instantly.
Here he is. It's the man of the hour. It's
Jose Offerman?
Hold on. Let me hold on a second, Hubs. All right, there we go. Can you hear us, Hubs?
I can hear you.
Yeah, it's
It's
Tyler Milliken's favorite baseball content creator Twitter follow. Tyler Milliken, you might have a run for your money here, Hubs. Tyler's the biggest Yankee fan that we know.
I heard he's the new king of Yankee Nation. This is the guy.
Yeah, he basically loves every Yankee except for Alex Verdugo. Hates Alex Verdugo. But
that's fair. He's a big Ben Rice guy though. Big Ben Rice.
Biggest.
Loves Ben Rice.
Cohasset
Loves Ben
native.
Rice. Loves Aaron Judge. Manager of the year, Aaron Boone. Don't get me started on Big Dick Giancarlo Stanton.
Don't forget
He loves
Stroh.
him.
Mention
Yep,
Stroh.
Stroh. Yep. Loves him. Absolutely loves him. And because he loves the Yankees so much, that means that he loves you too. So I wanted to connect you guys because we suspended him. We didn't give him a chance to speak, but I don't know where he was going.
I had a feeling you suspended him. Maybe multiple times.
Yeah, well, no, he's on multiple this episode, but like he started to say something like, and shout out to Hubs, by the way, and that was just an instant suspension. So we don't even know. We're finding out in real time, while you also find out in real time what the shout out was.
He said those words?
Oh yeah.
Word for word. Bar for bar.
I don't think anyone, even like my mom, has said those words before.
Well,
so that's very kind of him.
Today's
It'd be
your
so
fucking
much stranger if your mom was like, "Shout out Hubs."
That actually would be weird if you called me Hubs. That's never happened before.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, it would not be. Coley, congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it, pal.
You didn't respond to my Instagram message. Okay.
Celtics hoisted number 18. Everyone's excited about it. Even the Knicks fans can't help.
No,
but
I was talking about the child, but it's okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I pump those things out all the time. The Celtics have won number 18, putting it in the banners. The Knicks, they're losing their whole front court. You hate to see it.
We have bridges. We're going to be just fine. We're going to be in a great spot.
Great spot.
All right. What the fuck did this guy give me props for?
All right,
I'm not here all day.
He's not here all day. Shout out to Hubs, Tyler, because blank.
I just appreciated the way he seemingly opened his arms on Twitter and was like, hey, we'll take you in. Jared may treat you awfully. He may hurt your feelings. He may suspend you. But your appreciation for Ben Rice, we will welcome you here. I've never received that kind of unconditional love.
Did you say all this, Hubs? Did you say all that?
Word for word. The tweet was, tweet longer.
Hubs,
he couldn't even fit it all in the
What
app.
did you tweet? What did you tweet, Tyler?
What? I don't know what I said.
No,
when
it's
did I
Hubs.
say anything?
Hubs, you definitely remember it better than I do.
It's definitely a Hubs burner.
I can't put it into words how you
Imagine it
kind of
wasn't
framed
Hubs.
it. Nope, it was. It was the real one. So I prefer if you kind of told the story because I don't think I could do it
probably
justice.
said like 6 words. That sounded like a lot more words than I said.
Yeah, what are the words
the
that you
6
said?
words.
Well, all right. So then while Tyler's looking for the tweet, why don't you speak from the heart? Why don't you speak from the heart and tell him how you feel about him?
You want me to talk to Tyler?
Yeah.
I mean, Tyler, you're holding your own here on the 10 as a Yankee fan, the diehard Yankee fan that you are. It takes a lot of balls. I've been in that spot before to have to come on the show and kind of, hang the old Yankee sign, but you're doing a great job, and I very much appreciate it, and you're definitely going to get suspended very soon once again. I can feel it, but we appreciate you. Yankee Nation appreciates you, Tyler.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh,
so you'll take him in. You'll take him in, given his record.
What's his record?
He kills his pets for one.
One dog and multiple goldfish.
He tries to drown himself live on air. He's a liability.
Not always the most friendly towards my girlfriend.
There's a lot of chaos.
Publicly.
Hates his girlfriend.
I don't know him too well, but
Yeah.
the killing the dog isn't great. I'll say that.
Coley.
So Tyler tweeted out a Yankee highlight, as he's one to do. And Hub said, the biggest Rice fan there is. That's it. That was the whole tweet.
But that felt like what I kind of
the biggest
put
Rice
out
fan there is, and Tyler took that as we will open our loving arms to you here in Yankee Universe, and we will make you an honorary member.
We love everything you're doing for us. This is really.
I will get Brian Cashman on the phone tomorrow. We will have you throw a first pitch at Yankee Stadium when the Yankees win the World Series in 2024. Tyler Milliken will be going down the Canyon of Heroes. Is that what it's called?
You got to read between the lines.
Basically, word for word. Yeah, I guess you do interpret things one way or the other. But I appreciate the Ben Rice love. I do. He's a fantastic player.
That's really all
he's
he
better
said.
by the day.
This is why it's like the equivalent of like a girl, like you hold the door for like a random girl and she says thank you, and then Tyler took that as like a fucking wedding proposal.
I was like, I fucking piped.
A waitress took Tyler's order, and he now has like thought about where they're going on the honeymoon.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So it just wasn't that serious.
Fantastic. Yeah, Tyler. Listen. Maybe one day we can get there, but you gotta do a little bit more.
You're doing this in front of everyone right now. You're basically telling me you're putting me in the friend zone. Not even the friend zone. Is there something below
more Ben
this?
Rice? Less yapping.
I think I'm more or less challenging you. I want to see what level we can get here. What depth.
He wants a commitment.
Love. Can we? What'd you say?
You want a commitment.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Doing it once. Anyone can do that. Anyone. I've seen Jared Carrabis tweet an Aaron Judge highlight.
I do it all the time.
So you do.
But it's Judgy.
I gotta see more from you.
Anyone can do Judgy. That's nothing. Everyone loves him.
Don't call him Judgy.
I can call him Judgy.
No, you can't.
Steve, nobody asked you. I'm speaking to Jared.
Get him out of here. He knows better. He knows better than that. He knows better.
Talking to my guy all wrong here.
Come on, hey.
Talking to my guy all wrong.
This fucking guy.
This guy.
A live suspension. Unbelievable.
What's the number at for this episode? At least
I think
6,
he's at
right?
3 or 4 for this episode.
Okay.
It's been a heavy episode for suspension.
He's nearing 100, by the way.
Hubs, we didn't get 3 seconds into this episode without suspensions being handed out, and those people aren't even Tyler. And Tyler just
I got them.
Singular.
Their suspension
it was
to
a
me.
singular suspension. Steve was suspended for berating a 6-year-old boy. My suspension. My suspension was overturned because I'm right.
We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, I said Jason Tatum's corny. Do you agree, Hubs?
Incredibly corny.
Thank you.
I mean, he wanted a title, so
that's my fucking guy right there.
Yankee Jerry. Tweet him in the Orioles jersey. This guy loves the whole AL East. This guy.
I mean,
that ball's high. It is far. It is gone. It's a Judgian blast. All rise. Here
comes the judge. Yeah, I'll switch sides. At least they agree with my takes over there. The fuck?
Yeah. I mean, if you don't think Tatum's corny,
can't stand Brian Bayo.
Thank you. Yeah, then I can fucking criticize Brian Bayo in peace over there. My God, someone wrote a 5-paragraph essay on why I can't criticize Brian Bayo on the Section 10 Reddit. It was
when was this?
In between now and
every week
last
for the
episode.
last month.
But
last week was not the week to be on Bayo's side. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying. Dude gave him 7 earned runs. They're like, are they really going to criticize him?
It should have been 4. It should have been 4. I don't know who the home scorer was, but he still wasn't sharp. It might have been you.
Yeah, he gave him 7 earned.
Was chucking it into the stands.
Jared texted him, do not give any errors.
He gave 7 earned runs, and I was like, give him 10.
Make them all earned. Add some more on.
Steve texted me the box score. I couldn't believe it. I said, "Are we watching the same game? The score."
Imagine no error for the Abreu throw. Like he meant well. It doesn't matter that it went into the crowd.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Hubs, any last comments? I know you're probably busy doing something super important.
Bronx Daily.
I was watching Love Island. It's a really good show.
Oh yeah, Love Island. Yeah. How's
terrible brainless TV?
Are you guys gonna make the playoffs?
I think that's the goal. I hope so. If we don't, then I probably won't be alive. But yeah, today made me feel like life mattered. Although I thought Garrett Cole got hurt today, so that they were just warming up some random guy.
Yeah.
Soto played today. Got a hit.
He's hurt.
He played
He's
great.
hurt. Yeah, he's hurt.
He's not.
How you liking Verdugo? Be honest.
So the Verdugo love has definitely cooled.
Yeah,
like it does every year,
as it tends to do in the second half, which is what I said
now,
all
I'll say this.
along.
I'll say this. He's a league average bat. That's just what he is. He's not an 850 OPS guy, but his actual value is that he can play great defense. You guys know that. He actually plays great defense.
He can.
What?
He doesn't always, but he can. I know he's capable.
All right. Well, to this point, unless he may change tomorrow, but he's been a great defender, and they have had the worst left fielders in the history of the game since Brett Gardner left. So he's at least bringing that to the team. The thing is, he shouldn't be hitting 5th or 4th. He should be hitting 7th or 8th. So
yeah,
they're going to move him down.
Are you worried the lineup after like 2 guys kind of stinks?
Oh, 4 through 9 is brutal. Today they decided that I think everyone had a multi-hit game. I don't know what Kevin Gosman was doing.
He stinks.
But yeah, no, it's not ideal. They had someone. I don't really know why anyone pitches to Judge or Soto. Because you should just take your chances elsewhere. But yeah, 4 through 9 is a problem. Definitely. Definitely worried about that.
4 through 9? How about 1 through 2 and then 4 through 9?
1 through 2?
Just 1.
Yeah.
Just 1. There 2 is fine.
Volpe's cool. Volpe's cool. What's wrong with Soto?
Sucks. No, not
Volpe
Soto.
guy.
I'm saying everyone except for Soto and Judge sucks.
Pretty much.
Did you not see my tweet the other day? I tweeted. Everyone except for Soto and Judge is hitting like 235 with like a fucking 5-something OPS. Like it's fucking terrible.
It stinks.
It was bad.
Yeah.
I think they're done doing that. They're going to play better.
They're not done doing that. They're not done.
Did
doing
you
Glaber got yelled at. He's playing a lot better.
And
Glaber got yelled at.
Yeah, Glaber got yelled at by Marcus Stroman, who got yelled at by Aaron Judge for yelling at Glaber.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes you just got to yell. So sometimes you just got to yell at the boys, and then, hey, they won 2 or 3 since that moment.
Aaron Judge said, we don't do that here. We don't hold players accountable here.
He's got to be the captain and do that. I had no problem with any of it. I was good with it across the board.
This was
some people just got to get yelled at.
June 27th. Every other Yankee who has played at least 30 games over this stretch. So this is since May 4th. May 4th, Aaron Judge hitting 394 with a 1470 OPS. And I said every other player who has played at least 30 games over this stretch, except for Juan Soto, is hitting a combined 235 with a 678 OPS. That's bad.
Hey, you said 500 OPS, so we just already went up 170 points. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
You guys are cruising.
To be fair, isn't like the fucking league average OPS this year like 700?
No.
It's somewhere around there.
No,
hitting is down.
It's bad.
It's 850.
It's bad. Hitting is down.
I got it at 850.
I think it's right around there. So like if you actually think about it,
league average at 850.
I got it at 850 Hubs.
No.
I'll tell you what league average is right now. League average
is 704.
League average OPS. Pulling the data is 705. You fucking idiot.
Okay. So that's not off.
It's 242.
It's not 850.
242 batting average, 311 on base, 393 slug, and a 705 OPS.
That does make what Judge is doing even more crazy. I don't really. He's crazy. They got to hit their average hitters. Maybe Ben Rice, maybe Tyler's boy is maybe the answer. Could be.
What did you fucking idiots do to Dominguez? Did you kill him?
Yeah, they fucked up he got hurt the exact same time Stan did, and the whole plan was the moment Stan gets hurt, we play Dominguez, and then they just went to shit. Yeah, his obliques fucked. I think he's like an early August, late July thing. Sucks. They could use him. I'll say that. They could definitely use him. Now they're going to fucking trade for someone. Yeah, it's a mess. You guys are a mess. The Orioles have issues. Everyone's got issues.
We're fine.
What are the Orioles'
You're not
issues?
fine.
What do you mean?
The Orioles have.
What's wrong
the
with
Orioles
us?
have no pitching.
What's wrong with us? What's wrong with us?
Trade for one.
they're gonna trade for 3.
I asked you a fucking question, Hubs. What's wrong with us?
I don't know. Your series against the Padres went great this weekend. Like, you definitely have issues.
We lost the series for the first time in like a fucking month and a half. And who cares? Everyone lose series.
You got hot for 1 month.
No. We've been no.
I've listened to this show. Those first 2 months, those episodes were bleak. All of a sudden, everything's magically different.
Yes.
No, we were 500, but we were infuriated about how 500 we were. If you were actually listening.
Yeah.
I'll also add 15 and 11 in April, 15 and 10 in June.
Okay.
You think
2
you're a
months
playoff
with
team?
good records.
Do you think you're a playoff team?
Yeah.
6 seed ball. That's what we
I don't
play.
know.
We've been saying it all along. A
ball.
6 seed goes through Boston. What are you talking about?
Yeah, come on.
Houston's gonna hop you very soon.
Okay, Houston's going to win the division. The Mariners are going to fall off. The Mariners are like, they can't hit for fucking shit.
They can't hit at all.
Luis Castillo at the dish today.
Yeah, the Mariners.
What? Why did that happen?
I don't concern myself with Mariners baseball. I saw the screenshot. I moved on with my day.
They're like 27th in Major League Baseball in hitting. Like that's just
They're
not
very bad at
sustainable.
hitting.
The Astros are going to pass them. They're going to win the division, and the Mariners are just going to keep slip sliding away. And the Red Sox are going to be the 6th seed. That's what we want. We want the 6th seed. But you need to do your part, and you need to win the division, have the best record, so we can fucking kick your ass.
Hubs better watch out we don't get the 5 seed because you guys are getting the 4.
Yeah. Whatever seed gives
I don't
us
think
you
we're getting
guys, that's an easy playoff sweep.
I don't think we're getting the 1.
Definitely not.
No.
Either I think Cleveland gets it. I think they're just going to beat up on their own division and just have a fucking sick record. That's the fakest thing in the world.
Yeah, I would love if we traded for Garrett Crochet. That would be
That feels like he feels like an Oriole.
No, he's a Red Sox, I believe.
But they might not give up, so then they're going to get Fetty instead, and then he'll implode.
We have better prospects too. So yeah, I feel like
That's what
Garrett
people
Crochet.
say about
You like
us.
to say that.
I've heard that.
That's what people like to say about us versus the Orioles.
Yeah.
Way better prospect.
You think you're going to trade? Do you think you're going to be buyers? Like, I feel like they'll fuck you guys somehow.
Not if we trade for Garrett Crochet. That's big time buying.
No. I mean the front
Him and
office.
Luis
I'm saying, do you think the front office will have the wherewithal to be like, oh, let's buy?
No,
Like,
they're going to try and do
Kenley
both.
rumors.
No.
Nailed it, Coley.
Yeah.
Kenley's the foundation that the team is built upon.
They're going to frustrate you guys, I feel like. As will mine. My front office will do the same thing.
Oh, never down.
Never down. Never down. You know what do you know about the Kenley boys, Hubs?
I've heard inklings and rumors about them.
Yeah, they're out there. I
Fucking
they
watch your back.
Yeah, I can't claim to be I'm a supporter. I'm an ally. I can't claim to be a member of the community. But I support them. But yeah, the Kenley boys are always up. Always.
I'm going to Newport tomorrow for a few days. I'm worried maybe they pop up there. I don't know. You never know.
They're
It's
there.
that area.
They're definitely there.
Yeah.
In Newport.
I gotta be careful.
Yeah, I would watch out for the Kenley boys.
I mean, it's a friendly bunch until you start bad mouthing Kenley. That
Right,
buddy.
Yeah.
I can't control what I'm going to say about a Boston Red Sox, so I have to be careful.
Oh, he's a Dodger.
In his heart, he's a Dodger.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, like that was the thing at last year's All-Star game. It was like, yeah, the Red Sox have one All-Star and he's a Dodger. Sucks. Yeah. We'll have a couple this year though.
Duran's good. He might be on steroids.
Duran, Hauk, he's not on steroids.
Whoa, hey, easy. Yeah, get a fucking.
Just hang up on him. How does this work?
No, shut up, Hubs.
You're embarrassing.
You're suspended.
Hubs is suspended. Wait, yeah, I can turn this thing down. There we go. Now you can talk.
I thought you were going to hang up on him.
You want me to
Dude
hang up
forgot
on him?
Connor Wong.
No,
No,
I'll do
it's
that.
too late now. I thought you were
Yeah,
going to hit
it's
this.
Let's do it. Wow, suspension. Now Hubs is going to show up on the suspensions Twitter. Hubs, are you excited?
I had to get one. I had to. If I pop on here and didn't get suspended, then what's even the point?
Yeah, I agree. All
That's
right.
all good. That's all good.
Go back to watching Love Is Blind or whatever the fuck that is.
Love Island,
Love
USA.
Island,
Good
yeah,
show.
Love
All right,
Island, yeah.
I'll talk to you guys.
All right.
Goodbye.
Bye, Hubs.
See you, bro.
She called him bro.
Hub dog.
Oh,
ya,
my
bestie.
dog. Yeah. Oh. When I'm with my bros, I'm always drinking Blue Moon.
Yeah, you are.
That's one of those things where it's like, oh, bro time, Blue Moon time. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. That's why I've never had a Blue Moon with Tyler.
Just the mean things, the arrows you sent to my heart today.
Well, I mean, you know.
We've sit blue moons together.
When?
You were nicer to Hubs than you were to Martha this episode.
That's true.
Well, me and Hubs have a special
You need
connection.
to look within. You need to look within. Some beers can say that they're brewed for baseball, but only Blue Moon is brewed by baseball. Beer and baseball, they just go together. No beer goes better than the one that was literally born in a ballpark. Blue Moon was created at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. It's the natural choice for opening day and all season long. Tyler, when's the last time you had a Blue Moon?
On vacation, actually.
Oh, wow.
I was sipping them every day, multiple.
At the beach?
Beach everywhere.
What
Front
beach you
lawn
go to?
playing wiffle ball. Centerville Beach.
Steve, where's that?
It's in Centerville.
Ah.
It's a great town. It is a nice beach. I was out there, shirtless, nips on display. You want some? Say what's up. No, I don't swim in the ocean with my shirt on, Jared, before you say something like that.
Why would
I've been
say something like
accused of
that?
giving off shirt in the
Why would
ocean vibes.
Why would I say something like that?
I don't know. You're being very mean today.
Why did I? What have I said that was mean?
You're just a lot of shots. Steve,
What did I
Coley,
say?
Jake, I'm not asking you. Has Jared been a little mean to me today?
What did I say that was mean?
I don't know. It's just
It's
a
felt
lot of
kind of
arrows.
normal. I feel like it's felt kind of
It
normal.
didn't feel normal. It felt
What did
targeted.
I say? What did I say?
There's been so many I've kind of lost count at this point of exactly the phrasing.
I mean, like this is like a fight with like my girlfriend. I'd be like, what did I do?
Whoa.
And then she
you're throwing
can't
you're throwing your girlfriend under the bus now?
Yeah,
No,
because
that's a nice
it's
try.
like, oh, like what did I do? Like, what are you mad about? And then like they can't name anything. Like this is like
Ever.
yeah, it's like, oh, what are you even mad about? And they can't even give you one example. Like you can't even give me one example of what you're mad about. What did I do?
It's not even about examples. It's about a feeling. It's how I feel inside. And inside, I feel bad right now. I feel hurt.
Why?
I feel assaulted.
I love
Why?
you, Tyler.
It's an accumulation of everything.
I haven't insulted you. I haven't called you a name. Nothing. I got your fucking idol on the podcast for you to talk to. I feel like I've done nothing but good things. How else would you have spoken to Hubs if not for me? I did that for you.
We've been boys on Twitter for some time. You know.
Okay. Have you ever
I
talked to
saw
him on the
there
phone?
were
You ever you have his number?
Three total interactions ever.
My generation doesn't really speak
And,
on the phone.
well, two of the previous ones involved Jared.
Do you have his number, Tyler?
I had the old one.
He's had the same number the whole time. So
Oh,
you're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
I mean, I
That
guess
meant a lot.
I guess you know, I guess I'm just mean to Tyler for doing him a favor and having Hubs on the show. So
Blue Moons, though. You know?
maybe I'm holding on to some pain right now. I need to let go.
from its refreshing flavor with Valencia orange peel for a subtle sweetness and hints of coriander, Blue Moon Belgian style wheat ale is a one-of-a-kind beer that's made brighter. It's carefully crafted and full-flavored with refreshing notes and a smooth, creamy finish. Blue Moon was brewed by baseball to give you a dose of nostalgia and get you excited for the new season. Why strike out with the same old beer when you can get something that's one of a kind? Its bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slice ritual guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer experience that is perfect for spring weather. Best served with its signature orange garnish to showcase its beautiful hazy color. A beer this good only comes around once in a blue moon, but you can enjoy it all season long. Bring the ballpark to you with Blue Moon Belgian style wheat ale. It's a one-of-a-kind every time. Get Blue Moon delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared to see your delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon, made brighter, celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Coley, question for you. Did Tyler congratulate you on the birth of your son? On the birth of my godson?
Yes.
He did? Okay.
Yes.
He's good with stuff like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He's
Unlike
thoughtful.
other people.
I feel like
Steve
that was more
texted
of
me.
a... I feel like
I
that
texted
was-
someone.
Steve texted me.
yeah.
I will say the birth of your third child is more important than my birthday. So I can
Then one
acknowledge
of
that.
hopefully
doubt.
several. Yeah.
No doubt. No one would ever argue the opposite.
Did
I
you...
I'm just hoping that wasn't your last birthday, Tyler, because I'm ready to wish it to you next year.
Yeah.
Betting odds are not looking good. This is the last one.
Steve, I feel like we'll go above and beyond for your next birthday.
Yes.
What is it, 41st?
42nd.
Okay. I noticed that you didn't text me, Tyler.
Congratulating you on your godchild.
Yeah, you didn't do that, did you?
Is that what you're supposed to do with godparents? My godfather abandoned me. He left me behind. We're not on speaking terms.
Boom sauce.
It's painful for me.
He did sauce you pretty hard.
Steve texted me on
I
being a
did.
god.
I texted you.
Steve texted
Yep.
me and said, congrats on being a godfather. He did text me that.
Is that something you're supposed to do to godparents?
It's pretty standard.
widely known. Yeah, it's common. It's like very common, actually.
Yeah.
A lot of times they get it before the dad.
Right.
Actually.
Yeah, more important, it's Jared's first time being a godfather.
Right,
My
correct.
third time being a regular father. So
Right.
that's
It's
what
more
that
special for
checks
me.
out.
You can make the case. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
An easy case.
Yes.
May I ask another question?
Sure. Jake
And
sent
I
me a
won't be
fruit
judged?
basket. Yep. Go ahead.
A fruit basket, Jake?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Now,
Standard stuff.
how do you pick
Pretty
a...
standard.
Kind of crazy we even have to say it.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed right now myself.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy, but
When you pick
I
a
guess you didn't
godmother,
know.
do you have to pick one, or do you just pick, like, if you're like, hey, I just want a godfather, I don't want a godmother? Or do they have to be in a
this guy
relationship?
fucking hates women, dude.
I'm just asking.
What do you mean? Like, I thought the question was going to be like, hey, if you pick a godfather, does the godmother have to be the partner of the godfather? Or could it just be like, oh, like one of Coley's best friends and then one of Coley's wife's best friends is the godmother. They don't have to be linked together. I thought that's where you were going. Be like, do we even have to make some fucking bitch the godmother? Or can it just be my guys? I just got a godfather. Steve?
All I gotta say is Tyler's getting dangerously close to number 100. That's all I'm saying.
Where are we at?
He entered the show at 92.
Oh,
and
fuck.
He's had at least 6 this show.
Raphael Devers type week right here.
I think he's 2 away from the century mark.
Are
I
we
just wanted
keeping
to-
track right now, Jake? Do we know how many he has right now?
I don't have the official number. It feels
Oh
like
my
5
God,
or
I
6.
didn't even
Feels
realize,
yeah,
Coley.
5 or 6ish.
We've got
I don't
to
think-
suspend suspensions until we know the number. We can't just not suspend him for the 100th time and not know.
Yeah,
I don't think Jared should know the number in real time.
that's fair.
I shouldn't. Then it's so anticlimactic.
Tyler, can you please be on good behavior the rest of this show? I think this should be more of a celebration. I don't want us to not know when you hit it.
I agree, and I'd also like the, obviously the suspension music will play when I get to this number, but I also would like to play maybe a song I'd submit. Mario Kart?
Yeah.
It's
More
gonna be
like,
something special. I just want us to know, right?
Like a YMCA kind of thing is what I'm feeling.
You want a DMCA hit.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good point.
We can't do copyright stuff anymore. That is out.
We'll get a cover.
Unfortunately,
I will add,
YMCA is not a celebration song.
they play it at New Year's every year.
What?
Where?
Don't they?
Why?
Isn't that one of the
Where?
songs they play when the ball drops? Isn't that one of the songs they play?
Oh,
What are you
my God.
talking about,
balls going
dude?
down. Dun, dun, dun.
What are you talking about?
That's like a New Year's song. Like that's like when
no,
the ball
it's
drops.
not. They play New York, New York. They literally play New York, New York.
I was watching the simulcast. I don't think I was watching the right
What
feed.
are you saying, dude?
Who does YMCA to bring in the new year? I've
Yeah.
never heard of that.
It
Were
just
you, at
always
a,
gave it.
were you at a Trump rally?
No. I just thought when the ball drops, like that's the first thing. Everybody
my
dances.
God.
Like
Isn't
you
it like
see-
Thanksgiving where they play "Hot in Her"? Like,
What? Yeah.
I Googled YMCA New Year's song. Google's got nothing. Absolutely nothing.
do YMCA for New Year's?
I don't know.
Don't they
Might be
play
a family
the
thing.
YMCA when the ball drops?
Imagine in Times Square that is. Isn't that just such a summer song? That is not
Young
like
man.
a freezing cold.
Yeah, man.
Like, let's get our letters ready.
Oh man, I don't know where you got that from, but
Who knows? Maybe there'll be people who relate. But back to the godparent.
Nobody.
Yeah,
Back to the
Really.
godparent.
back to the
Oh.
godparent thing.
Tyler, you're great. You're great.
So
man.
when
Yeah.
you are picking a godparent, Coley, now is the only decision like if I die and my wife dies, this is who the kid goes to? Is that part of the decision?
With the first one. Yeah.
Okay. If you die.
If we die.
You mean the first kid?
If I die, my wife will continue.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Imagine like
they don't go down the depth chart. It's not like QB tearing his ACL or anything like that. Like they just single parent it out.
I just take Coley's kids away from their mother. I'm like, I'm the godfather.
Yeah, listen.
This is literally in the rule book. Like,
yeah.
Stop. Why are you crying? What are you?
Yeah. Let go.
It's over.
They're obviously my kids.
We're not doing visitation. No.
But yeah, the first godparent was her sister, for the godmother. So if we were both to die, I won't even say tragically, just normally, they would be shipped to them, and then she'd have 6 kids to raise. So she would love that.
Who's the second godfather of your second child? Who's that?
That is her brother.
Okay, so if all 4 of you guys end up, not existing, then Jared gets all of them, the kids.
Yeah, if the first 2 layers of godparents peace out, and then also the godmother of the third.
Okay,
Jared's right there, ready.
So there is a scenario
who's the
where Jared
godmother
gets 3 kids here.
of the third?
She was in Mariah's wedding party.
Okay, I was too busy.
You're
eating
sixth in
chicken.
line. You're 6th in line, Jared, for these kids.
Tyler?
Coley, down the line. I'm not even talking 4th kid, 5th kid, 6th kid. Is there
There will
like
be no more kids.
No? Oh, this is it?
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Jared, when you pop your first kid, Steve, this isn't me saying you won't have children. You're up for this as well. Jared, how long do we have to go before I would get a godfather opportunity?
Well, ideally, I'm only having 1. She's got 2, and I'm fine with having 3 total. 1 that is my bloodline. So I would just have the 1.
Okay, Steve.
We're going to
how
keep
many
it
are
in
we
the
thinking?
family, but don't feel disrespected by that.
You what?
I'm saying we're keeping it in the family for who the godfathers are. And mothers.
Yeah, you've got like 39 brothers and all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Hit me up.
Yeah.
I'm looking to be a godfather. Anyone who's listening to this podcast right now, I'm open to all opportunities.
Honestly, that is your best bet to open the floor.
That was so mean. Why would you say that?
No, I'm just saying that's a lot of people that listen to the show. We put this show out. It's top 5 in the baseball world. There's a lot of people that listen, Tyler. You might get enough.
Listen.
I would
I've
have
had
asked
people
you, Jake,
ask me
but-
to marry them before. Like what is that called?
Efficient.
Marriage?
Yeah. I haven't done it, but I've been asked. And I even like went as far as like saying yes, I would do it, but like the schedules just didn't line up, unfortunately. But yeah, there's definitely people that listen to this podcast that would probably let you be the godfather of a child, which is scary. But like, those people definitely exist.
I just want some ownership. That's all.
When
I
he
don't
just
know.
opened it to the listeners, I'm like, I feel like there's like a 40% chance someone's going to say, do it.
Yeah.
Change our lives. Give me a purpose.
Martha, not a purpose?
Nope, she is.
Yeah.
She is my purpose.
That's a great question. That's a great question, Steve. Is Martha not your purpose, Tyler?
She is my purpose every single day. To make her happy. Put a smile on her face.
How often does she listen to this show?
Every episode.
Oh, that's tough.
Jake, cut this out. Cut the last 5 minutes of this out. If you
Jake,
can make
cut
me
everything other than this out.
I was hoping
Yeah.
she didn't listen for her sake.
Jake, can you make it sound like I said things in a better way?
No, probably not.
Yeah. Jake does enough. He doesn't have to go
Yeah,
back and make edits
Fucking
for you.
late at night, dude.
Yeah, it's
I love
fucking
you,
late, dude.
Martha.
Yeah. Poor Martha. We're gonna have like a Martha appreciation watch party this summer.
Mm-hmm.
Am I invited?
No.
People that appreciate her.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have a Martha appreciation party. It'll be like Red Sox versus like the Rays or something. And then we'll just have people come up and we'll have like a little bucket where people can like write a compliment to Martha and then drop it in the bucket. And at the end of the night, we'll give her a bucket full of compliments. How's that sound?
Hey, I give her
do you think she would
compliments every
appreciate
day.
that?
No.
You don't
She'd
think
be
she would
insulted.
appreciate that?
Nope,
Why would she be
wouldn't.
insulted? Why would she be insulted?
I think she would be upset that you guys are questioning my love and care and
No, we're not questioning your
connection
love.
with her.
No, not at all. That's not what we're doing. We're just making sure that she feels appreciated. That's all.
I make her feel appreciated.
Okay.
That sounded awful.
I didn't care for that.
That was awful. That was really bad. Love you, babe.
If you loved her, you would take her to a game with the Game Time app.
You're right. I would. And that's what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Game Time.
Yeah, you love Game Time, right?
Nobody's a bigger fan than Tyler Milliken.
You're always tweeting about him,
Every day.
telling people to use Game Time.
Any chance I get.
That's what you do, huh?
On the timeline, on the podcast. Can't do it on radio, but if I could, I would.
Yeah. And is the reason for that because Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace in Major League Baseball, which makes getting tickets faster and easier?
Yes. Easier than anywhere else.
Okay. And did you know that prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer that it gets the first pitch?
I had no clue, but that's really cool.
I don't know how you have no clue. I say that every single podcast.
I forget things.
With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets. What game would you choose to get tickets to if you could pick any game for the rest of the year now? Now that, this past weekend was a nice little marquee series. You get Don, you get Xander. What's the next one, I guess, on the schedule that really stands out to you, Tyler?
If you're looking for, at least in my kind of situation, I want the rivalry. I want that Red Sox-Yankees fun. So the next time I'm kind of going down is next month in July. We got July 5th through July 7th. It's on the road. You're going to New York. But I think where the Red Sox are right now, coming off a Marlins series, give it to me. Yes, I'll be home. I'll be taking in Ben Rice in full view. But other people should get on the road. It's going to be a hell of a series.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's only one more NL team that comes to Fenway. Random fact. Just wanted to say it. D-backs.
Oh, yeah. Save up to 60% off buying last-minute tickets for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. Save even more with exclusive in-app deals on select seats ahead of the game or the event. Save even more when you choose a section and you let Game Time choose the seats for you. They've got all-in pricing. You toggle this feature, and it'll show the total upfront with no surprise fees at checkout. Get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy. The lowest price guarantee or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry today. Take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the promo code SECTION10 for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, use the promo code SECTION10, SECTION10 for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, and you know it's guaranteed. You know that. You know that. You know. Game one of the series.
Right at the 2-hour mark, baby.
Tyler, Jake, where are we at?
We are at 152.
All right. I'm not doing this. I'm not. I think the only thing I wanted to take out of that was that Chase Anderson, I was like, if the Red Sox win the series, Chase Anderson gets a catch-up packet for his performance out of the bullpen. 4 scoreless, only gave up 1 hit. So Chase Anderson, catch-up packet, even though we don't go out. Packet for losing the series.
Packet.
Can I add a Pavetta thought?
Yeah, I guess.
He sucked.
Yeah, he wasn't very good. 1.9 home run per 9 right now. I will say his stats look extremely similar to 2022. It's like a 4 or 5 ERA. The one thing he needs to do is eat innings with where the rest of the rotation is at. Guys like Cutter Crawford and Tanner Houck, workload concerns. Please be able to get 5 or 6 innings out of you regularly. I know Cora had a short leash because the bullpen was rested, but goddamn, he has one job in the second half. Eat fucking innings.
9 straight guys reaching feels illegal. Like you should have to give up some of your salary for that happening. That's just absolutely pathetic.
Wasn't great.
Red Sox lose 9-4, 9-2.
Yeah, I didn't have anything else from that first game. But second game, Tanner Houck versus Michael King. Red Sox lose 11-1. Worst outing of the year for Tanner Houck. I mean,
by a lot.
Yeah, like it went from like slam dunk all-star game starter to just hoping he makes the team now.
Yeah,
like in the blink of an eye, it was 4 1/3, 9 hits, 7 earned, 8 runs total, punched out 4, walked 1, gave up 3 bombs. He had only given up 2 home runs the entire season before that start. Holy fuck.
None to righties, too, right?
I believe so. And 2 out of the 3 in this game were on the slider. He'd only given up 1 homer on the slider earlier this year. So the fact that Machado did it twice against him. I think the Jackson Merrill homer was a sinker, if I recall.
It's a stinker, if I recall.
Got him.
It was bad.
It just like you can obviously get one of these. The timing could not be worse. Like we've been talking about Tanner Houck's campaign to start the All-Star game, and to have this right now when he probably only has 2 more starts left until they would name the starter is rather brutal.
He went from first in the AL in ERA and FIP. He's now 7th in ERA.
It just sucks.
It just sucks.
If you told us before the year, by the All-Star break, Tanner Houck would be 7th in ERA, we would have been creaming our jeans. Like, we would have been so excited.
Easily.
Well, shit, you know? Fuck.
Baseball's a dumb sport. That's really all you can chalk that up to. Dumb sport.
I mean, I think as long as it doesn't unravel into multiple starts like this. What was the stat that Loomer was saying on the broadcast? It was something like that was the 5th straight game where the Red Sox had an inning where they gave up 5 or more runs. It was like 5 straight games with an absolute blow up inning. So
that was part of the reason why, even with the offense, like say what you will, when you have that kind of fucking inning in the 5th, or you know Tanner Houck leading up into the 5th, leaking all the way, you get down that much. What do you expect the offense to do? Like you already had a ridiculous comeback in the last week in that Blue Jays game where you found a way to pull it off. Like you're not going to do that multiple times.
I mean, without that, easily the worst week of the season if they don't win that game on Monday. And this is still in the running for the worst week of the season, considering the run differential was ridiculous. With Houck, I think he already has the most innings pitched in a season in his career, right?
He does.
Yes, he just passed it.
That's crazy. It's not even July yet, and he's already got the most innings. I'm not as worried as others. I know my dad was mentioning this, and I think a lot of other people, my dad, known Red Sox writer, he was saying, like, oh, well, this, you know, they got to be ready for him to kind of fall off, like the wheels to fall off. I'm not necessarily there.
How does Dan Peralt feel about this?
Dan said the same thing. He writes, I think, for Mass Live. And
he does.
Yeah. He was saying this is a huge concern, the fact they're not at the All-Star game yet. He has the most innings in his career in a season. But I'm not really there. I just don't. Again, the timing of this blows, and his month-by-month ERA, it's skewed because this doesn't really count. But April was 1.60, May was 2.09, June is 4.85. I'm sure it was probably somewhere in the 2s before you know, this game happened. But still, it's the more it just kept. He just kept giving up runs. It was like, dude, come on, man. It's at 5. Stop. No ball. It's at 8. No, come on. You can't have that. So just unfortunate. And you saying with the blow up innings, Jared, they've happened early too, right? Like it's the 3rd inning, it's the 5th inning. And then we just feel like dickheads where it's okay, I'm just going to watch meaningless baseball for the next half of this game. That happened 3 times this week.
Kept doing it. Yeah, that game sucked. This was the Machado game, yeah? Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Were the only games without blow-up innings the 2 Winkowski starts?
Probably,
like, was it
right?
Winkowski start
Winkowski was in relief.
He came into a blowout, right?
Yeah, Winkowski pitched the Bayo start on Tuesday.
Yeah, he saved the bullpen. Who pitched when we were in Loudon?
I think everyone did. I think 8 pitchers in that game.
Oh yeah,
that's right. Yeah, an opener. Zach Kelly. Zach Kelly started.
Yep.
Yeah. Duran homered in this game, which was important because he homered in the game that they won, which is today. Josh Winkowski versus Matt Waldron. This was cool because I'm actually going to play the clip. Hearing Matt Waldron talk about Tim Wakefield and what it meant to pitch at Fenway Park. I don't know if you guys saw this clip, but here's Matt Waldron after the Red Sox beat him.
I know that Wakefield's towed that rubber, and it was you could feel it, but yeah, it was tough.
Did you take a moment to appreciate that while you're out there?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I got to get a job done, and that just didn't happen.
Were you approached by anybody pregame who yelled something out or said something that conjured Tim Wakefield in some fashion?
No, I think just the pitch in general was admired and it got the respect it deserved. So
that was very cool. I mean, I knew Matt Waldron was a knuckleballer. I knew that he didn't always use the knuckleball. I did not know that he got the chance to kind of work with Tim Wakefield. I think it was most of it was like over like Zoom and stuff, and like they were just like talking.
Yeah, 2-hour meetings, like 2 different ones. One was like when they were trying to convince him to throw the knuckleball more, and then another was when he started having success with it, and it was like, hey, like this should be your primary pitch, and he was like, keep throwing it harder. Like he believed in him doing it differently.
Yeah, which is cool. I mean, like you can hear the emotion in his voice. Like he was about to like cry talking about pitching on the same mound as Tim Wakefield. So like that's very cool. So shout out to Waldron for that. Josh Winkowski, my guy, my favorite pitcher on the Red Sox. Sent him down to Worcester, even though Rafael Devers, the very funny quote after the game, Devers was like, he's the best pitcher on the team. I don't know why we sent him down, but I hope they don't send him down ever again. Like he should be on the team for the rest of the year, which I agree. Like Winkowski should definitely be here, but like, Devers was talking about him like he's fucking Pedro Martinez. They sent him down to Worcester because why, Tyler? They wanted him to what?
Work on the swing and miss. And
how many strikeouts did he have today?
He had 1.
Okay. So, but 5 shutout innings. 5 shutout innings. It's like you can't, what is it? Beggars can't be choosers.
Strikeouts aren't the only way to judge swing and miss. Surely he had like 12, 13 whiffs, right, Tyler?
Total of 3. All on the slider. And I will say, what they have him working on, you're going to see it with the cutter and slider. They felt like the 2 pitches were too similar now. The idea is they're trying to turn the slider into a sweeper, more horizontal break, a little bit slower, throw the cutter a little bit harder. And if you look at the velo, it was there. Cutter was up a full tick. Slider was down 1.7 miles per hour. He's even throwing the changeup harder. So there is significant arsenal changes happening. And Core said it after the game. He's like, yeah, the strikeouts weren't there, but he's throwing the changeup for strikes. That's what we need more from him. At least that's continuing to lean into the Andrew Bailey program a bit more, even if he isn't striking a ton of guys out. But we saw him set a career high his last outing. So we'll see. But the whole reason Winkowski was sent down was because they had no starter depth. Obviously, he had work to do. But when Cooper Criswell came up and was like cementing himself as the number 5, Core made kind of a weird commitment today and said, yeah, we're expecting to use Winkowski in the Bronx. Like, he's kind of earned this. So it feels like there's somewhat of a, whether it's giving him Criswell's role to move forward and kind of play that out, I think that's very real. But I think both of those guys are going to be important as they give guys breaks, like Tanner Houck, like Cutter, because there's really no other way this rotation is going to be able to get by. They were 25th in ERA this month. Like, they need to kind of get the starters reeled in a little bit here and keep them as fresh as possible because they're wearing down.
Even when they were winning games, it was like 5-4.
The offense can't do it like they did this month every month.
It is summer. I will give the offense that. They should be better.
It's just you run into these games like the last few days. It's like if you don't even give them a shot, but they're better than that. We've known they're better than that. That's why they're still top 10 in ERA overall.
Right. And I mean, they lost 9-2 and 11-1 in those other games. It's not like the offense didn't show up in those games. Like, even a normal offensive game wasn't even on the table.
No.
Like, that was April Red Sox lineup in those games.
I just hope they keep the bullpen fresh because they're 8th in innings since May 1st. Like, guys are gonna get run down here, and I think they have enough arms to kind of funnel them back and forth, but that would be my biggest worry, and I think that's where the trade deadline convo should be. How do you add to that depth to continue to get by?
I had a prospect question for Tyler, if that's allowed.
Please.
As we look at trade chips,
Mm-hmm.
Tyler, where would Vaughn Grissom rank if you were to rank him with the top 15 call it?
Probably, like, just from a top 15 prospect, I'll look at Nick York. Nick York's now out of the top 15. He's at 17. You'd have to probably, York has been tearing up AAA, but I wouldn't go that far. I'd probably put him ahead of Matthew Lugo, considering he'd still be the youngest player on the Red Sox right now, considering he was setting franchise records for the Braves at AAA last year. But his stock is through the floor right now.
It is and it isn't. Like, he just hasn't played enough Major League Baseball this year. Like, I know how we feel about him. You know what I mean? I know how Red Sox fans right now feel about him. Industry-wise, I don't think that's the same feeling. He lost 30 pounds. Like, that's part of the conversation. But in all seriousness, like, teams have also been valuing single-A guys less recently. The last 2 off seasons they have. It's like, all right, that guy's too far away to help. Another team could look at him and be like, we know that's a piece for next year. If we're selling anyways, we know that's a piece for us. I don't think he's an unrealistic chip for them to be playing with if you're not trying to trade like one of the core pieces. If you think you've seen enough from Hamilton or someone like that to be like, we might have second base figured out.
It's a fair convo. I think Nick York, like, he's Rule 5 eligible, and that's where, like, a lot of the trade deadline conversation needs to happen. Because in the last couple of years, Bloom hasn't dealt from that surplus. They are going to just lose guys. So you need to move on from the Nick Yorks of the world here. But I think, even Vaughn Grissom, Chase Mydroth, a guy who is really hitting well at AAA, not much power, but hey, Vaughn Grissom didn't hit for much power at AAA either. You could probably make an argument that he'd be 11. You're not going past Christian Campbell at this point, but I'd mention it. It just seems the way Core framed things that they're taking things slow with him. They need to get both hamstrings up. Is he even going to be healthy enough to consider in trade talks? Because I don't know if you're waiving a medical to get a Vaughn Grissom deal done. Maybe you are if he's the last piece, but I don't know. I think they're in a tough spot, but I do think they are overfilled at that position now. Someone's going to have to go, arguably 2. Valdez, Hamilton, York, Vaughn Grissom, where are all these guys going to play? And then you have Meyer, who's going to be pushing to AAA in the next probably 2 weeks.
Yeah, hour.
Red Sox lose 11-1. Yeah. Talked about Winkowski. Talked about Waldron. Devers with the 2-run. Was it 2-run today? 2-run.
Yeah.
2-run ding dong. Yeah. Dom Smith had a ball that was like a home run in 23 ballparks, but was a double today on this day at Fenway Park.
Should have been a run if Massa wasn't robbed of his walk.
Tough day to have to take because I think he had 2 hits today, but he sucks.
Jeez, I couldn't have less faith in Masataka Yoshida.
Like, even the ball.
Why
like,
is he not tagging up, by the way? Like, why are we not having him tag? I know he can't really move, but it's like, what are we doing? Tag
he was
up.
already going back to the bag.
Isn't he? It's like he's got cement in his shoes. Like, he was just like, oh, it wasn't even a good fake. Yeah. I don't want to rip Yoshida, but here we are. I agree. I think he stinks.
I'm going to pull up the data.
I think with Massa right now, and he's been hitting a little bit better. It's 6 for 16 over his last 5. Helps when you get 2 hits today. I just see the people who think you're going to like easily move him at the deadline. I'm like, dude, nobody wants this fucking guy. Nobody.
0%.
They already tried to do this.
They tried all winter to move.
And nobody even fucking cared. Like, they wouldn't even answer the phone. So I don't know why you think after this year, people are going to be like, hey, we'll take him off your roster. I truthfully believe, I think it's going to just go the route of a DFA. I think that's ultimately going to be it. Because what's the difference between doing that and you have to attach someone to take the player?
DFA him now.
Maybe not this year or towards the end, but I don't think it's that far off.
How much is left on his deal?
It's going to be what? It's
So
$590
like at least
for 2 years.
70% of the contract is still left.
Yeah,
He's hitting 186 and it's coming back. He's got 2 RBIs. He's doing nothing.
God,
It's just eventually when you're putting this roster together, it's not going to work.
Like
You're
He
gonna,
doesn't have a space here. There's nowhere to put him.
For the millionth time, DH is a position not everyone can play it.
Mhm.
I bet he would hit better if he played left. Do we want to put him in left? Obviously not.
I just saw something shocking.
Okay.
Is he dead?
He's the best hitter in baseball, actually.
He's
For the
actually
numbers.
awesome.
So he has since returning, he's hitting 200 with a 533 OPS.
Okay.
That's
today
awful.
got him up to 200. All right. There we
Yeah.
go.
But every time I fucking watch this guy hit, it's ground balls to second base and it's weak fly ball outs to the outfield. He just
Had one to
backhands
center
it to the
today.
left, or he'll just plop one to right. It's weak contact. Masataka Yoshida, since returning on June 11th, is tied with Juan Soto in exit velocity, average exit velocity.
Right. That's right. Let the numbers show you the light. Your
Mm-hmm.
lion eyes have been watching him all wrong.
The top three.
Now it's the take fucko.
the top three
But he
in
still
baseball
stinks.
over this span: Ohtani, Devers, Judge. Devers has a higher average exit velocity than Aaron Judge right now, since Masataka Yoshida came back.
It's his
Since that
motivation.
fateful
He's like,
day.
Since that fateful day.
we got Yoshi back. I'm gonna start crushing the ball.
Where's Soto?
It's 90 miles an hour, so he's 67th out of 176 players who qualify. So it's like very middle of the pack ish.
Yeah,
If
he's
he was-
right. Itching to break out.
if he was just a platoon guy where you didn't give a fuck and it wasn't a ton of money and you said, hey, go out there against righties and don't think about it, he'd be fine. I think he can play in the big leagues. It's just the contract in the DH spot, he's not going to be able to give you the value to match that. It's just the reality.
He doesn't get paid nearly enough for me to care about his contract.
It's a fair take. It shouldn't interrupt things one way or the other for them. And if they try to act like it is, that's just excuse making. But that's why, to me, I think if you can't find a deal, eventually just keeping him on the roster is going to be more detrimental than the money that's already, been thrown down the fucking well because he can't give you those numbers.
Those exit velocity numbers shocked me. He doesn't hit the ball hard ever.
No,
He's Juan Soto.
He's well below
Juan
average this year.
Soto.
I don't know what you want from him, Jared. If we traded him for Juan Soto, you could argue we're losing that deal because Juan Soto costs
Yeah, you
more.
can't
Yeah.
do that. You can't give up Yoshida
Can't
for
do it.
Soto.
No.
You're making your team worse.
I agree. And Yoshida's healthier right now.
Way healthier.
Yeah. That's what baseball's about, by the way. It doesn't matter about the stats. Can you give me at bats?
Right.
And that's
Are you
what
alive?
Yoshida. Can
Are
you
you
step
alive?
in the box? That's it. Can you do that? He can do that.
Jaron Duran hit another home run today.
He's awesome.
He's a very good player. Shout out to Justin Havens. Head on over to our YouTube channel where you can watch his most recent video essay. It is about how Jaron Duran quite possibly may be the biggest all-star snub of all time.
I saw that. Is that a little premature to be titling it that?
Well,
It's a question mark on the title.
in terms of like he's gonna make the team, but he's definitely not gonna start.
no chance.
It's a
For
snub
sure
in
not.
that regard.
16th in the first phase of voting as well. Obviously, he
that's-
moved up a couple spots, but come the fuck on here.
Come the fuck on. Are you
Come the fuck
fucking
on.
me with
Yeah.
that voting?
All I'm saying with Duran right now, like
Say it,
people
dude.
that didn't want to, that were kind of a little scared to comp him to Grady Sizemore or Jacoby Ellsbury, like
Mhm.
Just
dude
say
has
it.
8 homers in his last 40 games.
That's pretty good.
That's a 30 homer pace over 162, and the dude plays 162. We know that. That's his challenge for this
Well, we
year.
don't know that.
Yeah, he's trying to.
He wants-
He's attempting to. He wants to be out there.
to do that. Yeah.
If he doesn't have a
once, not even close.
No.
but he wants to.
if he doesn't have a freak toe injury, we're probably in good shape. But last year he was also basically platooning.
Mhm.
But you're talking a guy who could pop you 20 homers, get you 40 bags, doubles machine, leads the MLB in triples, Gold Glove defense. Are you kidding me? Like, that's the kind of 5-tool player you dream on. And I know we don't want to extend him. I see a lot of that over, he's going to be age 32. Yep, right. I'm good. I don't need to talk about an extension. But damn, I think Jarren Duran, like, being one of the better players in baseball, isn't going anywhere anytime soon. He's too well-rounded not to be.
I do think we all agree he's going to make the team. This is still one of those things where I got to see it. Like, just show me he made the team. They announce it on Sunday. So that's when the actual announcements are made for the All-Star lineup. He hit 366 in June with a 10-14 OPS, 13 extra base hits, 14 RBIs. He was incredible, obviously, in the field, doing literally everything, steals, triples, all that, getting Tyler's nipples out.
Yeah.
He has about 4 or 5 more games here this week where it's like, all right, keep it going. And then there's literally no excuse to keep him off the roster. This is the last impression you make on the players' ballot and the commissioners. I saw the signs at Fenway of like vote Duran. I'm like, that ship has sailed. You can't vote for him anymore. That you had the chance. You didn't really want to. It's fine. Think he's still going to make it. But I just want to see it. I just really want to. It's like, it should happen, but I don't want that Jay Hay video to become a reality where it actually would be like the biggest all-star snub that we've seen.
Is Jay Hay doing that to fuck with Red Sox fans? Because Red Sox fans have not liked Jay Hay this year, and I love Jay Hay.
Oh, he's the best.
No,
is he a 3-time dad or a 2-time dad? Where's he at?
Two-time dad.
He had 2-time
Congrats,
dad. Okay.
Jay Hay.
Yeah.
Congrats.
2-time dad. He finally caught up.
He definitely has some beef with Sox fans, or the other way around.
Sox fans have beef with him.
Yeah,
Trust
yeah,
in Casas. It's all Casas.
Yeah.
But I respect that he's a man who stands on business.
He certainly
does. I don't think he's actually cared about Casas since the original time, but he keeps tweeting about it because people get so mad about it.
You know what I love about Jay Hay? Is if he disagrees with one of my tweets, he'll just be like, nope. He'll just reply, nope.
There was a jersey tweet today, right, Steve?
I had one about the Padres. I think those are the ugliest jerseys of all time. People disagree. It's fine. It's all good. It's all subjective. But he just replied, nope. like as if it's like factual that's like an opinion tweet is incorrect. I find that very funny. I'm not going to spend a whole sentence on you, just a lowercase.
Yeah,
nope,
I don't have time to get into the minutia, but just I want you to know where I stand. And it's not.
I just had another kid. I don't have time to be getting in a whole back and forth. It's just wrong.
Yeah,
nope.
Not interested in providing any context, but no.
That is incorrect.
Nope.
Jay
Hay's got a fascinating brain. I love him, man.
He's awesome.
Great brain.
Anyone else have any thoughts on this series?
Nope.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Ceddanne Rafaela. I think sneaky, really big play in that 5th inning where a ball could have came in. Mm-hmm. Score could have changed. Winkowski gives up a run. Who knows how it plays. A couple really nice defensive plays from Rafaela.
No.
Winky dude?
Biggest Winky guy around?
No. He's not giving up runs.
Can't be talking bad about Winky.
No, Winky's letting it rip out there.
If there's something I know to be a fact, he would hate that nickname. I promise you that.
Winky?
Winky's
Tinky
dugout?
Winky? Are you talking Tinky Winky out there?
Winky's a Pixar character. 100%.
No, that's my guy. It's my guy out there. Tinky Winky. The Stop and Shop look ahead, brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Stop and Shop right now. You can use fucking promo code section 10. That'll get you 10 cents off each tangerine when you buy at least 5 pounds of tangerines only at Stop and Shop. This series is against the Miami Marlins, where Bayo has been partying with the cup for days. Mm-hmm. Saw him in the parade down there. He was like one of 8 people that was there.
He said he was pissed that it was raining, but he still partied through.
Always pissed about something.
I know. He threw the cup. Yep.
The Marlins, to my knowledge, have not named a starter yet for the first game of this series.
Looks like Valente Bellozo. That sounds like a fake name I would come up with.
That's him.
That's actually his name.
No. I thought for certain that was a name you were coming up with.
That is right in my wheelhouse, but that guy
Bellozo.
This guy's name is Valente Bellozo.
Valente Bellozo sounds like. No, that's his made up Steve name.
How is that a guy?
Yeah.
That's not a guy. Nope.
They're going up against Valente Beloso in game 1.
Valente Beloso is the most fake Steve name ever. They got fucking Beloso out there.
If you go back and listen, like if you fed all of the names Steve's come up with into an AI program, Valente Beloso could spit right back at you.
This would be the most common name. Yeah.
Valente Beloso.
Even the way you said it, you're like, looks like Valente Beloso. Like,
yeah. Look at probable pictures. It is Valente Beloso.
I'm looking at it.
You see it?
Yep. Day off on Monday. So I'll be at the Garden for Monday Night Raw. See how I choose my nights out on Red Sox off nights, T-Dog? See that?
Spare me, please.
You think a Celtics player might be there? You think a Celtics player's going to be there?
Who?
Well, I'm just saying Brunson and Halliburton were at MSG, right?
Who the fuck is Brunson and Halliburton? Who the fuck is that?
Family business.
I do love
sounds like a law firm.
Jared's
Brunson
one of the most
and
consistent
Halliburton.
people I've
Get
ever
on down.
known in my
Brunson,
life.
are you going through a divorce? Brunson and
Well,
Halliburton.
hold on.
What?
And this did take place during a wrestling event. Like, you should have been watching.
That's why I'm stunned. The 2 NBA guys were in the ring at a wrestling event like 3 days ago.
Oh, I
Thought they were
wasn't.
strangers.
I wasn't watching on Friday. What was I doing on Friday?
Missing Brunson and Halliburton.
I was doing something on Friday night. The fuck was I doing?
I don't know. Guess you're not ready for Housen to show up on Monday.
Danhausen. I mean, I would know who that is if I saw him in the wild.
Well, I did a triple take because my brother Dan texted me saying, you should go to Monday Night Raw in Boston on Monday. I bet one of the Celtics will fight. Calling it now. Just saying, be on the lookout for Housen.
It's Mass Live Zone.
Yep.
Dan Peralta.
Yeah.
It's Castillo, McAdam, Peralta, the big three.
I thought that whole like subscribe, pay money for like breaking news thing was stupid until I saw Dan Peralta was on there. And I was like, I just want to talk to him. Yeah. Like
they started doing the pay per view thing when he joined.
Yeah.
He said, I'm not going to write here unless people pay to read me. So they did it.
That I have fucking 5 subscriptions and I only read Dan Peralta. That's the only thing I'm reading. The fucking Peralta report. Yeah, he's
can't get over Valente Beloso.
I can't believe Beloso. I can't believe he's got the ball in game 1.
The more we laugh, the better he's going to pitch.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. I mean, I'm looking at his numbers now. He's never given up a run in his life.
Also,
like, not once.
The photo of this guy on MLB. He looks like a Valente Beloso. He's got this goofy ass look in his face. He's number 83. Can't get over this.
Yeah. Cutter Crawford versus Valente Beloso. Brian Bayo versus Trevor Rogers, and Nick Pivetta versus Kyle Tyler. I mean, these are all made up people.
Who are these guys?
Brian. All right, I'll talk about Cutter Crawford for a second here. He's had a long layoff with his last start being the 4 outs he got before the Toronto rainout.
That's a win. More rest.
Yeah. He's had 3 straight quality starts. This is third highest strikeout totals of the year, being 8, 9, and 7. The Red Sox are 4-12 when he starts and 1-3 in June. They just don't fucking win for this guy. Brian Bayo. Let's talk positive. Let's just do positive Bayo. He's in the 92nd percentile of ground ball rate. He has a 40% whiff rate on his slider in June. He has a 4.13 ERA when the Red Sox give him 6+ runs of support. He allows a 3.14 OPS to hitters and 0-2 counts. He allows a 2.96 OPS with runners on first and second, nobody out. He has a 2.93 ERA in his 3 starts with 6 or more days of rest. The Red Sox are 8-6 when he starts. That's all positive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of you.
This guy's good. This guy's good. He's good.
He's
Trevor
a Stanley Cup
Rogers,
champion.
Yep. 1-8 with a 4.87 ERA, a 1.56 WHIP, and a 7.1 strikeouts per nine. He was once a highly touted prospect, but hasn't been the same since all the injuries. He is also allowing a career high 10.1 hits per nine. His Savant page is almost entirely blue. His changeup is his best pitch. The Marlins are 3-13 when he starts, but they have won 2 straight, so they're cooking. They were once 1-13.
I think they lost the finale against the Phillies.
Oh, there you go. Kyle Tyler, 0-1 with a 3.38 ERA, a 1.22 WHIP, and a 5.9 strikeouts per nine. Had thrown a total of 16 1/3 innings in the majors before this year and didn't pitch in the big leagues at all last year. 10 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, gave up a bomb, 6 walks, 7 strikeouts. Has 2 starts and went 4 innings and 4 1/3 innings in each. He's a righty, mostly a cutter guy, cutter curveball guy. Not a lot of data, but the curve seems okay. The Marlins are 1-2 when he pitches. These are a bunch of fucking shit bums that we're going up against. Like straight up shit bums. Prediction time, Coley.
Yeah, it's the Marlins. Should absolutely sweep them. But we're going to get Belozzo'd. I got Sox taking 2 out of 3.
I'm going to piggyback off that. I'm going 2 out of 3. I think we get Cutter can't win. It's not his fault. He can pitch great. We're still going to lose.
He didn't know he was going to be fucking matched up against Vicente Belozzo when the season started. He never could have foreseen that.
It's a double whammy. Like we're getting a Cutter start. It's a series opener, which we suck in. It's a Cutter start, which we suck in, and we're getting Belozzo. So there were
never
not
had a
winning
chance.
that game. Yeah, that game was over before we took them out. That is a automatic L. 2 out of 3 for the Sox. T-Dog.
I'm gonna go for a sweep. Yeah,
Wow.
I listen. Belozzo,
Against
I
all
understand
logic.
the fear. I hear it from you guys.
Sounds
I'm gonna
like you
take
don't
a step
understand
back
at all.
I think I do. I think we're getting a fresher Cutter Crawford than we've seen. Only had to throw 23 pitches in that rain out. Brian Bayo on extra rest here. Nick Pivetta coming off a blow up. They're pitching in Miami. You're facing the second worst offense in terms of runs in baseball. If there's a time for the pitching staff to kind of get their season on track here, it's here. Homer problems, all 3 of them, giving up way too many. Where's a great place to pitch if you have homer problems? Miami. Find a way to build some momentum, especially before you go into New York. It seemed like the Red Sox didn't give a fuck that they took 1 out of 3 from the Padres. I think confidence is still riding high. Alex Cora told you today, we're a lot better than a lot of people thought we were. I think they show up in Miami and they just beat them down. And then you ride into New York in a pretty good place.
Steve?
I agree with a lot of what Tyler just said. Honestly, the vibes for a series that you just got outscored by like 20 runs, really not bad.
Not bad.
I know you say they didn't give a fuck. I'm sure they gave a fuck that they gave up all those runs, but like I know what you're saying. It's more
they
didn't seem
fine
affected.
with it.
They didn't seem super affected. Cora, after Dom Smith came into pitch, he was laughing. I'm sure some people didn't like it. I had no problem with it. By the way, Dom Smith, watch yourself, brother. He was trying to have the slowest pitch of all time. Brock Holt has that. It was very close. I think it was 1 mile an hour faster than Brock Holt's pitch. The Marlins have the fewest number of wins at home in the majors this season. Red Sox really good on the road. 4th most wins on the road of any team in the majors. I think Rafaela makes his best catch of the year. I got 2 earned runs for Brian Bayo after his week with the Stanley Cup. And I'm going to agree. I'm going to say sweep Red Sox, and that gives them the 2nd best road record in baseball this year.
Damn. Jake, what are you thinking about this series?
I mean, I'm obviously terrified of Belozzo, but honestly, I do like where the vibes are at. I think we find a way to get to Belozzo. I got the Sox in the sweep.
Damn. Can't believe it's his name.
It's his government name. Okay. What's the weather going to be like in Miami?
Weather look ahead, brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
You chew them with your mouth.
Chew them with your mouth. Tuesday, 6:40 p.m. First pitch, 86 degrees, partly cloudy, 9 mile an hour winds, 23% chance of rain. But that's a dome. Wednesday.
What's the humidity?
It's gonna be humid. You know I don't do humidity.
I know, but it's Miami. You should do humidity.
It's gonna be humid.
What percentage?
High percentage.
Oh, okay. All right.
Game 2 Wednesday, 6:40 p.m. I actually don't hate the 6:40 p.m. jobs. 87 degrees, sunny, 12-mile-an-hour winds, 15% chance of rain.
Rin?
I don't know what. I just skipped the A. I just said Rin. 15% chance of
Hey,
Rin.
Freddie Lynn.
Freddie Lynn, you're going to have some Rin game 2, and it's going to be a high percentage of humidity.
Oh.
On Thursday, series finale, 1:10. Love the afternoon series finales, even though, should we give the programming notice now?
What?
That I think we're recording after game 2. Am I crazy?
Oh, for 4th of July.
Right. 4th of July is the series finale. I believe we're doing a show after game 2.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's confirmed yet.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm going to be drunk.
All right. So, get ready. We got Altcast Tuesday, and then Wednesday late game 2 pod.
Fuck yeah, dude. We're going to be doing the fucking Nesson Plus. Steve's going to be there. Jake's going to be there. Tyler's going to be there. I think what's going to happen is like, I was pushing to get everyone on, but I guess we're going to like rotate everyone. I don't know how that's going to work. I have no idea.
For innings, like in the
Dude, I don't fucking know. Like, I don't know. If it were up to me, you guys would be there the entire time for the whole thing, but I think it's going to be like rotating in. But who knows?
Yeah,
we'll get there early. We'll have a discussion and we'll figure it out. I don't know.
Absolutely. And that will do it for your weather look ahead, which is brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears. Chew them with your mouth.
Wow. All right. Final thoughts, Coley?
Nope.
T-Dog?
Congrats to Yoel and Cespedes, moving up from the FCL to Salem. Has not played yet due to some hand soreness.
But no congrats to Coley.
I congratulated Coley when the child happened. Jared, get your facts straight.
Okay, all right, I'm sorry. You know what?
Wow, he did it to himself. But back to Yoel and Cespedes, because we're going to cook while Jared's away. He can't interrupt us right now. 319, 400, 615, 1015 OPS in the FCL. Dude does nothing but hits. Probably not a shortstop, more likely a second baseman. But the kind of prospect who probably will be top 4 by the end of the year. Be excited. Oh, Marcel Meyer, 7th homer of the season today as well. Get that man to Worcester. Same for Kyle Teal. Welcome back, J-Dog.
See, I'm accountable. I didn't have to think about it.
It's a start.
Boom, gone. Steve, final thoughts?
Yeah. Final thoughts. Shout out to Mike Monaco. It's always a nice little surprise when you get a Monaco game. Heard his voice. I'm like, oh, cool. My buddy Mike. This is great.
Yeah.
He's also I think he's in Wimbledon now. Mike Monaco, it's like a requirement for him to call every sport. I think that's in his contract. We need you to do literally everything, and he does it. He is a pro's pro. Again, congrats, Jared, for being a godfather.
Thank you.
It's a huge deal. It's obviously bigger than what Coley is. Just 3 times. Congrats, Coley.
Statistically, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, Godfather's a big deal. Shout out to Jake for the fruit basket, even though that's like obvious that you have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then shout out finally to the fan that I put in my studio because I'm not hot for the first show all year.
I
and
thought you
great
had
job,
a Section
fan.
10 fan sitting next to you. I was like, what?
Just pokes his head in.
Each show, I'm just gonna have a fan off to the left. Great point. Really good take there. No, it's just I finally am comfortable doing the show. I used to get really hot and turn red, and not as red, I guess. So
that's good.
Shout out, fan.
My final thought. Shout out to TC, who I thought was great in the broadcast today. A lot of energy. He was cracking jokes with Will Middlebrooks. Not easy to just sit on the sideline or on the pre and post and then just bam, hey, you're doing all 9 and go.
Really good home run calls.
Yeah,
really good.
Yep, and the Rafaela catch as well. Jake's takes.
Congrats to Coley. Congrats to Jared.
Thank you.
Congrats to Jay Hay. Apologies to Martha for your boyfriend throwing you under the bus again the entire episode.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate that. Appreciate Martha.
Don't listen to them, Martha. I'm the one that's here for you. I'm the one who gives you that loving.
Oh God.
A lot of people found that very hot, okay? Girls like when a man expresses themselves like that. All right. Jesus. Rock to her.
All right. We'll be back on Wednesday after the second game of the Marlins series.
Back after the Bayo game, right?
Back after the Bayo game.
Yeah.
The Belozo Bayo, and then podcast, and then shit. If the Red Sox end up winning that series, we'll have to we'll have to do like a double catch up. I don't know how that's gonna fucking work. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But that's all for we're not gonna not give you a podcast, but we're also gonna it's 4th of July. Gotta enjoy it.
The Sox theoretically could win the first two.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that would be perfect, by the way.
That's true. Yeah. Oh, if they win the first two, if they get past the fucking Belozo game, then that would be huge for us. Okay. All right. We'll see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye. What, did you have something to say, Tyler?
I was just going to say the other side of the coin is if the Red Sox lost the first 2 games, we'd also know the result.
No, that might be his 100th. I hope that wasn't 100. I hope that wasn't 100.
I hope it is, because that's a great way. Like, what an asshole.
Tyler.
That's an option, dude.
I was signing off.
You ever think they could lose both? What the hell, man?
It's the Marlins, dude. It's the Marlins. All right. We'll be back.
He's going to be drizzling ketchup for the Marlins.
Yeah.
Really? Like
Belozo. Never underestimate your opponent, okay?
Yeah. All right. See you Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Buenas noches, amigos.